All right. So, who can tell me what happened last time?
Um,
I can,
what
but I
happened last
won't.
time? We discovered who the wizard was. We attempted to accost the dwarven wizard who snuck out of. We went into the inn to accost him. Actually, went into the inn, tried getting access to him. Found out we couldn't until we saw what he knew. So we went back to the guards, tell them to get them to scry on. To ask them to help us with scrying on that guy because we had a piece of an item of his, or whatever, a potion, I think, or something.
Yeah, it was a
And
potion.
yep. And then we went back and it cost. No, I'm getting orders mixed up. I think we. Oh yeah, we used detect magic with the fishy thing to pineapple to detect where the aura was coming from for the amulet, and then we attempted to accost him in his room. He escaped out the thing. Me and someone else gave chase. The other person got a piece of his cloak, but forgot to keep hold of it, and he ended up escaping. We took the potion, wherever that one of the other ones that took from his chest of drawers, to the guard, who then used it to who then took us to one of their wizards for hire, whatever, one of the ones associated with them, and asked him if he would be willing to burn a spell slot to scry for us, which he did, which is when we discovered he was in the sewers. So we went in the sewers, tried chasing after him and all that sort of stuff. Instead, got horribly lost, escaped, got into a fight over whether we should blow up the sewers or not. The guard and then the party started infighting before raocow decided to blow up the sewers anyways by throwing a torch. Was it
Alchemic fire?
alchemist fire into the sewers, which is where we are now currently sitting on a disaster scene. As
Yeah,
all the sewers
that is a very thorough description. So you get a hero point, Terrence. So,
okay.
yeah. So everything around you is basically a scene of chaos right now. The sewer has completely collapsed in for basically as far as you can see in every direction, and that includes the buildings that were on top of some of the sewer lines.
Well,
so
shit.
A lot of the buildings have collapsed in. Some of them are like somehow still managing to stay up, but you basically leveled a few city blocks here. And the guard, who was the only one to actually fail the reflex check to avoid falling into the sewer, is currently actually pinned under some rocks. And in the wake of all this, he basically just shouts up at you guys, "That's it, you're all under arrest."
He's the only witness.
He pulls out a tube with a string coming off the end, and he points it up in the air and pulls the string, and a red firework shoots straight up into the air and explodes. And then he kind of just puts his arms at his side and lays back down because he knows he's not getting out from under these rocks anytime soon.
Can I do a reflex save to try and jump in the way of that spark flying up?
You're gonna try to jump in the way of this fire. Go for it. I guess reflex check would be the best thing for that.
I mean, look,
you were close to him, so I'll give that to you.
He's the only witness.
You're basically gonna try to jump on top of him as he's trying to shoot.
All right, so that's +3.
Excuse me.
All right, now I gotta figure out what that would be against, really. I'm gonna really hack this together and say it's gonna be an opposed reflex check to hit. Does that sound reasonable?
Sounds reasonable to me.
All right. Oh, no, he rolled a natural 16, so I don't even check the modifiers there. You jump on top of him, but he manages to pull his arm back a bit before actually pulling the string, so you just barely miss his hand. But you are now on top of this guard, who is also So it's basically a rock sandwich between you and this guard. There's just like a whole bunch of chunks of pavement and stuff pinning him down. And you're on top of that. There seems to be some blood coming out, and he seems in pain. And he's kind of gritting his teeth and growling at you.
Come on, I don't want him to die.
I guess I'll help him out by pushing it all off of him.
All right, so you
Or at least
go
try to.
over and you help free this guard. So roll me a strength check, because this is a good chunk of rubble here.
I want to
Yeah, but-
help in this endeavor too.
Look,
Yeah,
I don't want him to
help
die.
as well.
While this is going on, I want to feed him the potion of light wound I got.
Okay. Yeah, so you feed him a potion of cure light wounds. So roll me d8 plus 2.
Why would he even
That's
do
how much
that? I
health
can
you
heal him just by touching.
Yeah, but
How did I make a better strength check than
Well, between the two of you, you do manage to get the rubble off of him. He's not walking easily though. But you did just feed him a healing potion, so he's starting to get his composure back together. And
Michael, you were
he
going
kind
to...
of slowly drags himself up to his feet and says, "All right, you're all under arrest until we
I was
figure this out.
I was trying to stop the sewers being blown up.
Roll me a
Same
diplomacy check."
Actually, darn. And of course, I took the point. I took the skill point in bluff. Oh well.
No, I agree. I did also help to prevent it, but he wants to arrest us, so I guess it's just fair enough so that we go with him and explain what actually happened. So I'm gonna try to roll diplomacy, but I'm not actually gonna, I'll try to not get arrested.
I'm just gonna wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna comment that it was mostly Miss Colleen that obviously did not learn any lessons from her last visit to the jail cell.
All right. Yeah. Between those diplomacy checks, he kind of like starts tallying in his head what the hell just happened, and he realized the only things that seemed to be doing illegal things were that beetle, which he doesn't know where the hell that came from, which attacked him, but then also the human who is gone. So he says, "Oh, okay. Look, we're gonna need help with this anyway. So hopefully the guards who are on their way from my signal will be able to help get this all under control. This is a disaster."
If I may interject, as you know, we've been pursuing a wizard. He's probably still in the sewers. Can you like ask guards to go at like the water treatment or wherever else that he might pop out?
I mean, I have no way to communicate with them other than these fireworks. And we just keep 2 on our belts for an emergency and an all clear.
Well, as soon as peeps arrive, I guess then it'd be good to try and get it done because the wizard is carrying very dangerous material with him.
Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. Look, I'm gonna need a minute. This is huge. Oh crap! And he looks up and he sees he sees some of the people on the street kind of screaming. And he's like, "Oh God, I gotta help these people."
All right, but first, as a sign of goodwill, I'm just gonna lay on hands first.
One thing that I did want to make clear, because we're leveling up outside of an extended rest, is that you guys don't really get anything that it requires charges.
All right.
But you will get that the first time you take a long rest.
Shame.
So you don't have any healing abilities yet, but basically all your skills and stuff. I'm getting feedback.
Yeah.
Where
Where
is
is
it
it?
coming from?
That's from Mayo. Ma, you wanna mute your mic or whatever you're doing to forward this. All right. Oh, that works. Okay.
It sounds like sort of techno rave.
I mean, between you giving him the potion and that diplomacy check, he's basically realized he's cool with you guys, but if he sees Colleen, he's bringing the hammer down. So he kind of gets up, uses a spear to really right himself, and then starts heading off toward the sounds of the commotion so he can help out some of the civilians.
I follow along.
Second, how big is the spread of the damage?
it's hard to see from where you are, but you saw buildings in at least 100 feet seem to get damaged, like 100-foot radius.
That's
So
the side of the circle here. Wasn't it?
That circle's about 100 meters.
Oh,
But you can't see how far the damage truly is. But you're guessing that it's widespread enough that there are some people who are probably dead at this point.
I'm just gonna scoot on over to Market Street and make sure that my place is okay.
All right. Okay. So you guys were chasing a wizard, though. Just wanted to make sure that you remember
Well,
that.
Priorities here.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I just wanted.
I mean, my
Yeah, no, that's
partners
entirely fair.
can go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna tell them, yo, I'll be back. Just I gotta do a thing.
Okay. Actually, one thing that you could do is you could send pineapple up in the sky in order to get an aerial view.
That's not a bad idea. I'm gonna need a minute to summon him, so I'm gonna take that minute to summon him.
Okay. So yeah, you summoned him,
Yeah, and
and is anybody else doing anything while he's summoning him? It's a full minute that it takes.
Well, the guy said we were under arrest. I'm not going to resist, so I guess I'm going to help him help the people.
Okay, so you're just gonna go and help out some civilians during this all. So yeah, so you go help out some civilians from under the rubble. You managed to roll me a strength check.
Oh dear.
You're fine. You managed to pull away a bunch of this rubble and help out an old man who's trapped beneath some of the pavement blocks. So you actually managed to get you get Pineapple summoned.
Mhm.
So you gotta send Pineapple up in the sky to get an aerial view.
Yep.
All right. So you do so, and you see that it is spread beyond that mere 100-foot radius, and it actually kind of reaches up toward the wall even. But the radius is probably about 300 meters. So, but it does have an end, and it doesn't get even close to Market.
Okay. So all
It
right.
gets a little close to the Siege Ball Arena, though.
I mean, they have money. They can repair stuff.
It's like this. Oh, I was working with somebody else's circle there. Here, let me. Which one is it? Okay, that works. Yeah, it's like that, except it's centered kind of on you. So it's
Right.
more like that.
Okay. Okay. Wizard, where has you ran off to?
Away. We still know how he looks, so we can still scry him, so I'm not too worried about him.
I worry about if we have time to get a proper scry going, though.
I suppose I should run around trying to get out the main gate to over towards the water treatment, whatever gate thingy is, wherever that is.
Well, chances are there isn't really water treatment. There's just going to be some opening where the water flows into the river or something.
That's still probably a good spot to look for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm gonna run over there.
Okay, so what exactly are you guys doing? Sorry.
We want to get to the outlet of the sewers.
Okay, so you want to get to like the grate that comes out the other side.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so it's actually kind of a straight shot. It's like the sewer's kind of maze-like, but the fact that the sewer ceilings have collapsed and you can just see the wall that you are walking toward the whole way, it's actually pretty simple. So are you kind of detecting magic as you go, or how are you trying to track him?
I mean, for this whole thing, like it's not a Horizon. I forgot a cantrip, so I will have detect magic always to see if I can spot him.
Okay,
And I'm mostly checking my sword.
Yeah, your sword's picking up nothing. But as you actually do get close to the grate, probably closer to here, you actually do see you start picking up some magic. and you detect it's coming from this little bag. So there's the grate for the sewer is completely blown out. So it looks like an explosion knocked it open. Who'd have thunk? And
What?
you
An
see
explosion?
next to the grate is a charred lump of something, and then like it's roughly the size of a football maybe, and then you also see a like somehow completely pristine backpack.
Oh.
Probably magic.
Oh.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you do detect some magic coming from the bag.
Can you sword compass this bag?
Yeah, the sword's picking up nothing.
Huh.
Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty long range, so it's definitely not within the walls.
Yeah, it's
somewhat.
100. It's 100 meters, right?
Yeah, or something. Somewhere around there.
And that lump. Anyone can tell what that lump is?
If you roll me a perception check, you can piece it together probably.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you guys easily tell with that's a charred parrot.
Oh,
It looks
Oh.
very, very, very dead.
Oh no.
Colleen is gonna
Somebody
be
tell
sad.
Colleen about this.
Well,
I'm
Can I
gonna.
dig a small grave for the parrot?
We should probably hold on to that parrot so that we can use it to scry on the wizard.
Oh,
Here, let's take this charred parrot corpse with us.
yeah, of course.
I'm not touching that thing.
Actually-
That's grody.
I put them in my bag.
Actually, let's take that backpack. It's probably belonged to him. So
Yeah, but if it's magic, I don't know if there's anything I would screw up with it. Like, I am not even daring to open that backpack yet, at the very least.
well, it belonged to him, so it'll be useful for
So
finding out where he is.
you just grab the bag then?
Oh, yeah, just grab the bag, I suppose. Maybe
All right.
even open it to check what's inside it.
Did you say you are opening it or you're not opening it?
Mm,
Can I tell what kind of magic's coming from that bag?
Yeah, if you focus, you can tell. And so if you use detect magic for extended period of time, you tell that there are actually 4 sources of magic inside this bag.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not necessarily inside because one of them is the bag itself. So you can roll a spellcraft check to. I'm just gonna make it one spellcraft check to kind of get the schools of magic for all of them.
I will. So that's +7. The god fart butt.
you rolled a 1d8.
Oh,
That is
whoops.
true.
Oh,
Slightly lower than intended.
I was making sure everyone was paying attention.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, you tell that this bag seems to just have a spell on it that keeps it clean.
Okay, so
And then there's 3 smaller objects inside of it. One appears to crap. I'm trying to think of what schools of magic these would be. One is, I guess, one would be divination, and one is conjuration. No, abjuration. Man,
okay.
there's 3 of them, and then the last one would probably probably the last one's evocation.
So I do communicate. As far as I can tell, the bag isn't like magically trapped or anything. So it should be safe
And
to
in fact,
open.
with the 20, I'm also going to tell you that these magical things don't seem super magical. They're definitely magical, but not like super extremely magical.
They're not like magical artifacts or anything.
Probably first level potions or something.
Mhm.
Or
But
maybe
still, I
minor
will let
trinkets.
Raocow open it just to stay
I'm
safe.
gonna open it.
All right. So you open up the bag, and inside, you find, first off, you find 300 gold.
Oh shit. Okay.
You find a bar of soap. You find an empty glass bottle. You find a key. I'm sorry, there would have been 4 things inside of it, and you also get an extra. You also find a coin that has an anchor drawn on it. You also find 2 days worth of rations, a book, a very very thick tattered book, and then you also find a map of Calderas covered in notes. In fact, we switch back over to the world map. You'll see his notes in red.
Well, it's good to know we know.
So it looks like maybe he's going for after all these items, probably.
Yeah.
That seems
Yeah.
to be the case.
Yeah,
I
it's a golem something.
Yeah, I'm not too fond of that note. Just a golem, probably somewhere.
Well, that's useful. We can look for him.
I feel like I need to spellcraft everything in there.
All right,
Just-
you're gonna really try to figure out what all these things are. Okay.
I just feel like it's a good idea.
Okay, so the only things that you detect magic from are the key, the bottle, the coin, and the soap.
All right. So is
I
it
want
a-
to check the book.
The soap is magically.
Yeah, you shake the book. It's the book.
But can I
Makes a
open
book-
it?
book sound.
Can I read?
You can open the book.
Yeah,
How do I book?
Yeah, you open it up. Roll me a perception check when you open it up. Actually,
Sure.
you probably just opened a spell book.
I hope I open a spell book.
yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, you open up his spell book, and in fact, on the inside cover, you see it says Ex Libris Zrydan. The name is scratched like really badly in there, but that is. I just put it in the Roll20 chat. That is how it's spelled.
Out of the book, it's redone, whatever that is.
Uh,
I'm guessing his name.
So you start flipping through this book, and holy crap, this is a lot of spells.
So
I'm
it's a
gonna
spell
take
book.
notes later.
This is a lot of spells, and in fact, I'm just gonna post this in the Pathfinder chat.
Oh,
Well,
wow. Dude was high level.
well then.
And we try to fight that guy.
Well then,
Spontaneous immolation. That sounds good.
impossible angles. What is it? Is this to summon
Ghoul
Hounds of
army?
Tindalos?
Wait, dude is evil. Ghoul army.
Animate the dead. Summon
that-
monster 5. Not 1, not
That-
2, 5.
Yeah, that
Or
will,
when
that will
as a
probably
Roman
be
fight.
sufficient proof that the guy was up to no good. So at least we can prove that we weren't just going after him for no reason.
In fact, I want everybody to roll me a knowledge history if you have it. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't have knowledge history, you're not gonna get it.
Okay, I don't have knowledge
don't.
history.
I didn't take a point in it. I have
No, I don't.
knowledge local.
Does
Knowledge
nobody have
nobility.
knowledge history?
We're all
No.
idiots.
We're
got
team
knowledge-
lore
I-
getting.
Okay.
Well, Arcana
I've got
Engineering in
knowledge-
Planes. What else would I
Hey,
need?
I've got knowledge local and knowledge nobility.
Yeah, neither of those are gonna help you. Well, they will help you. They absolutely will help you. Just not here.
So, I mean, with the Magus, are you able to use this?
There might be a few. I have to look closer later.
So, as a magus, I'm just going to tell you right now. You can tell this is a wizard spell book, which means that he's got a lot more spells that you might not be able to use. But you can, if any of these are also magus spells, then you can absolutely copy them.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just have
man.
to check later exactly which I can or cannot. But I want to keep the book, if I may.
So why did the guy run away if he's got all of these spells?
So, maybe he just had bad spells prepared, I guess?
Yeah. But more importantly, why did he leave his bag? He obviously
Yeah,
brought the
that's-
amulet, but
But he left
might have
everything
dropped it.
else. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Fine,
might
if we
not.
go
He
through
might
a-
not. He might not actually be thinking straight at the moment, because his parrot familiar is dead.
yeah, and he probably is not unhurt from the explosion either.
From the
All right. So,
explosion.
Ra, would you like to roll spellcraft checks in order to identify the 4 magical items inside the bag?
Yes.
Oh wow,
Alright.
aura of
So,
cannibalism.
going in just a random order. This is for the key.
Oh,
This is
excuse
for
me.
the coin.
Yeah. Okay. So the key you identify as a key of lock jamming. You can shove it in a lock, and it basically fuses into the lock, and it makes it completely impossible to lock pick in any way.
Oh.
Is it a one-time thing or is it reusable?
No, you can pull it back out again, but you can't use it on multiple locks because it fuses into the lock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who needs lockpicks? Just kick the door in.
No, burn the door down. That's the way.
So just put that aside. Let's go check out the coin.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this is actually this is a feather token anchor style, which means that this is a token that's just used to magically anchor ships.
Huh.
So if you don't want to deal with pesky physical anchors, you can just use the feather token.
Dude has an airship.
It also is done for water ships, not necessarily
Okay.
air ships.
Dude has some kind of ship.
Maybe
so
he
the
The last
soap.
two are a
had
bar of
a
soap
ship.
and a bottle.
What was that? What in a bottle?
A bar of soap and a
Huh.
bottle.
So to the soap.
It's magical.
Alright.
It seems to be related to necromancy in some way. And that is for the bottle. This is a bottle of messages, and that basically means that you can speak a message of 25 words or less into the bottle and seal it through the corkscrew, through the little like clockwork key on the side,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you open it back up again, that message will come out.
Is there a message in it right now?
It's currently open.
Okay.
Well, at least we know where he's going. Where we've got some leads that we didn't have before. Thanks to the map.
Since we don't know what it does, I'm just gonna keep the soap to myself. Magic soap.
What? Why is there a green line all of a sudden? Oh, that's because Kirby drew it.
So, for everything else, like, of course I explain what everything else does to my compatriots, and if anyone has any particular interest in it.
Nah, not really.
Well, I could foresee the feather token probably weighs very little.
Oh yeah, it's the same weight as like a particularly large gold coin.
Yeah. So yeah, we should probably keep that just in case we ever do need a boat.
I mean, personally, I'm into keeping everything of these.
Yeah.
If nothing else, it's magical. We can sell it.
Alright, so anyone want to hold on to anything particular? Because I can just hold on to everything, but it's you guys'
No,
call.
not really.
I'll
Alright.
hold on to the key.
Alright, that would make sense for you. Message and bottle.
Well, I guess I'll take the bottle. Could be useful for, you know, carrying messages over from someplace to elsewhere. I don't know.
So I'll keep the soap and the anchor key coin.
The bottle is basically a secure. It's basically a secure, well, not quite secure encryption press, but it's a way to ensure that nobody has listened in on the conversation.
Oh, also, if the bottle breaks at any point, the message is sent out as well.
Okay.
I mean, that's basically opening the bottle anyway.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that was clear.
Alright. So our kobold will have the key, and you're gonna have the message. I might as well keep the pack too, I guess. It's clean pack. Clean bag. Bag of cleaning.
It's
Alright.
basically a bag that magically resists dirt and damage.
So, yeah, with the bag or any of this, or the corpse of poor fallen bird, we can get a scry going again.
Yep.
Because we've definitely lost track of Mr. Wizard.
Mm-hmm. And we don't know which of them he has or not. which of them, which of the items he has or doesn't have.
Well, definitely the amulet. Probably nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if the sword have reacted differently if he had more than one.
I would guess that it only shines brighter, I guess.
Well, it's not
Actually-
some.
Yeah, actually, how are we gonna track down the other items once we got one of them? Because at that point, sword will start glowing the entire time.
Yeah, that is actually a good point.
We need to invest in a handy haversack.
A what?
Or, well, that was OC. We should probably invest in a handy haversack. You know, it's you know, because that's
Basically,
So
hand
a
of
bag of
hold-
holding.
Bag of
Yeah.
holding that always gives you the item that you currently want to take out of it.
Okay, okay.
It's very handy.
It's also a haversack.
Yeah.
Combine the two, what do you get? That.
And considering it's probably also in our best interest to just kind of leave the city for a little bit.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I mean they want to. It's that what we've got to, explain what happened and all that stuff.
Yeah, but it's
I don't know,
probably...
the guard seemed pretty chill with you guys walking off. It seemed like you convinced them that this wasn't your fault at all. They'd probably still appreciate a debrief, though.
Yeah, it's a responsibility.
So, want to find that wizard guy and see if he can spot our other wizard. Basically, the town wizard who can spot our pirate wizard.
I mean, with the gold.
Oh, the money too. There's $300. How do we split this?
Between the four of us, I guess.
Sounds good.
Yep.
So that'd be 150 each.
75.
75. Right.
Okay.
I can't basic math. Just give me a moment. 75.
Well, you were almost right. You just had double the amount.
I got a total of 345.
I got 337. Well, Waterfox
And-
just crashed. BRB.
I mean, also, maybe we should rest after our extremely eventful day.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Talk to the... So,
And we could probably pay the wizard for his services this time around.
Well, I mean, we can still tie this to the investigation because it's true that there is a wizard on the loose.
Yeah, so he is part of the basically guard of the city, and that's basically his job, is to track people down and also understand magical items that come into customs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of his job. You probably don't need to pay him, is what I'm getting at, because it's still part of an investigation.
I don't
Okay.
think it's worth doing it now though, because the wizard is gonna be on the move. He's not gonna be wherever we see him anyway.
So we should rest out first and then.
Yeah, and do the check in
that.
the morning.
Yeah, good idea. We've had a rough day.
Things happened.
Uh-huh.
I've known each of you for less than 24 hours.
That is true. You do know basic math.
All right, so it sounds like you guys are going to try to catch some Z's at the inn, so or somewhere else. Where are you guys planning on going?
I'm going to where I normally go to bed.
Oh, that's true. You're still in
Yep.
your own town, so you're just gonna go back to Uncle Lumpy's shop and go
I'm sure
crash in your bed
Raocow
upstairs.
also has a spot.
I'm guessing I've got a place set in somewhere.
So you guys just gonna meet up the next morning at the front gates or something by the
Yeah.
guard barracks.
Probably.
Yeah.
Sounds
Uh,
like a plan.
And while I have the chance before we leave, I'm going to fix a glaring, stupid mistake and buy myself a Wazakshi or whatever.
Yeah, I noticed that you
Wakizashi.
traded in your katana for Wakazashi on your character sheet.
I forgot that a katana was not weapon finessable.
That's fine. Makes sense. Okay,
Mhm.
so yeah, you guys go to bed.
Yep.
So you wake up
I
the
go
next
to the
morning with
cheapest inn I can find.
cheapest inn you can find. All right.
Yep. Only the worst
actually,
for me.
let me see how cheap a stupid cheap inn would be. That would
If we're
be
going by Baldur's Gate lore, it'd be like
Probably
And-
just some stable just outside the gate.
like like a couple coppers.
I like the implication that no one that's local invites over anyone else. It's like, nah.
goods and
I mean,
services. Here we go.
Well, if one of you want to offer me something, I don't mind. But otherwise,
No, I think it's in character that I don't know. I'm not gonna.
I
I'm not
mean,
gonna
my
offer.
character
I know, it
might
makes
if you,
sense.
if you asked, would probably not mind. Would not probably not mind
Yeah,
asking.
A
but I'm
really
not
shitty
gonna
inn would
ask.
be 2 silver.
Oh jeez,
Yeah.
that's nothing.
Yeah, so you spend 2 silver on an inn. Ralgil, you're just going back to Evil Crusher Estate,
Yeah.
and then Don, where are you going?
As I said, an inn also. Probably not actually, depending on how the weather is, I might actually sleep outside, but do I have the stuff for that? Let me see.
I mean, you do, but sleeping inside the city might not be the best
not
idea
inside
because the
city,
guards
but, you
probably
know,
wouldn't appreciate that.
Yeah, outside the city, actually.
All right, so
But,
you're just gonna go on a camping trip outside the city. All right, sounds good.
I mean, I grew up in the forest. I
Yeah,
probably used to
and
that.
that doesn't seem out of character to me. You're fine.
Well,
all right.
during this spot, I will ask if Uncle Lumpy has better chance telling what's going on with the soap.
Oh, yeah, sure. Uncle Lumpy sees you walk in, and he says, "Nava, where on earth have you been? You look beaten up.
But
You're
it's
covered
just,
in God knows what.
yeah.
Is that sewage?"
I'm going to take a bath. I'll give you the details later. when I'm
Okay.
done. Also, can you check out the soap if it does anything?
Soap? Yeah, sure. Oh God, he rolled a nat 1 on detecting what it does.
Well,
He says, come back to me later. For some reason, I can't focus right now.
The soap is magically delicious.
I can confirm that is not what it is.
alright, just make sure, because I can't tell what's going on with that soap either, and I just know it's magic.
I mean, if you're going to take a bath anyway, you might try it out.
That's too dang. But everything else you do. Is there a common sense roll?
I think that would
Wisdom?
just be wisdom.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
I'm sorry, what are you rolling for again?
See if it's a good idea to try that soap on myself. See what it does.
Oh, yeah, sure. I guess that'd be a raw wisdom check for common sense.
All right, so just roll raw wisdom. Okay.
This necromancer had it in his bag. He couldn't possibly have anything harmful in there, right?
Ah! Dang it! Dang
So,
it!
yeah, you use it, but like it just works like normal soap for you.
Okay.
You don't notice anything special.
It's for washing something else.
And now
Okay.
and now it's tainted.
Maybe not.
So actually, the next morning, because you can make one every day, the next morning everybody recovers 1 hit point.
Huzzah!
And yeah, then Nava, you could make another spellcraft check on it the next
No.
morning.
Gonna give that a shot. There's just
Actually, if I
something
was with
about
the
that
other people, I could just use heal skill to heal even more, couldn't I?
Yes, but you're not near them.
Yeah, just for later.
Yeah, let me double check. I think you're right about that. Basically, you heal 1 point per level that you are. Yeah, so
level 2.
that'd be under provide long-term care.
We're level 2, so we actually healed. 2 hit
Oh
points,
yeah, that's
I
right.
think?
I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys are level 2. So yeah, you
Oh,
heal 2
great.
points.
That means I'm fully healed now.
As I said, we met each other for like less than a day, but we're all suddenly way better at what we're doing. at the
Yeah,
same
so
time?
Of course.
basically you'd be able to pick one person and then roll a heal check on them to provide care for the night, and then that would make them recover twice their normal rate.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Ugh.
So yeah, it's the next morning. You guys, do you want to ask Uncle Lumpy to check it again, just on the way
Sure.
out?
Sure.
Alright. Oh, okay. He rolled the nat 1 the first time. This time he rolled nat 20. So he was like, oh, yes. I don't know why it escaped me last night, but this is soul soap. This is
Probably
good
to
for.
distract
This is
sewage.
often carried by people who find themselves under precarious amount of mind affecting spells,
Oh.
enchantments. It can basically give you a chance to kind of scrub all that icky, eldritch mind control off.
That's going to be useful in my travel, Uncle Lumpy.
Yeah, how it functionally works is basically it gives you an extra will save against mind affecting effects if you basically take a bath or a shower with it.
That's pretty cool.
Unfortunately, there probably isn't a lot left. There's. Wouldn't want to use it too often because it's soap.
Well, yeah.
It's also magical, so it actually doesn't say it has a limited number of uses on the page, so I'm gonna say it's infinite.
Oh, nice.
So we've basically got infinite use soap. That's already useful on its own.
Now this normal soap in my backpack, man. I don't know. I just feel like I should throw it away, but I won't.
Emergency
Forgot my liquid
rations.
chocolate. All right. So yeah, and
So we meet up again?
yeah, in the morning we all meet up at a gate.
All right.
Honestly, kind of surprised that everyone showed up, in a sense.
Well,
Except for
everyone
Colleen, I
but
guess.
So yeah, your guys are all just outside the guard barracks. I'm gonna switch back to the map of Daventry here. So you guys are over here.
we should probably go in and tell them, hey, what happened yesterday, or that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Everyone
I'm gonna
still
handle that. You guys can talk to the wizard while I talk to the guards or something.
All right, so some of you guys go up to the wizard.
I'm
Yeah.
part of the
Yeah.
wizard half.
Yeah,
Alright,
me
so
too,
you guys
because
head
I
on
have the
up.
parrot.
You guys head on upstairs to the office of the gnome wizard who works for the town. You actually notice this time he has a nameplate on his desk because I forgot to give him one last time. His name's Alton.
Alton.
So yeah, he kind of perks up as you guys walk in. He says, "Oh, hello. How are you?"
All right. Well, we I think we killed the wizard's familiar, the parrot he was using.
Wait.
I
Just
think
for clarification, this is the same person that you had me track yesterday, right? You are that group, yes?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I see a lot of people every day.
Mhm. Yeah.
I bring the parrot and
Due to an
put it on
incident
his desk.
yesterday, due to the incident yesterday, and apparently Colleen going rogue, and the guards are handling that situation to put her back where she belongs. But he managed to escape out the water treatment plant, where we found this
There
bag
is no water
containing
treatment plant
He
here.
escaped out of the sewers.
the sewers.
The
He
sewers
escaped
kinda
out the sewer gate.
Dump right into the river. It's kind of really disgusting.
I mean, those are just standards of medieval time.
Yeah. So he actually kind of looks appalled when you put the charred hunk of parrot on his desk. And he's just like, is this one of his possessions?
Well, it was his pet, so yeah.
Oh no! How ghastly!
We figured the bond is
ooh.
strong enough that you shouldn't have any issues finding him.
That is uncomfortable to look at.
We also have this sweet bag, if that's more palatable.
So whoops, I accidentally switched you guys instead of myself. So he actually is like, oh, okay, yes, we can scry with this. Yes, just I hope I don't have to look at it too much. He walks on over to his font where he did his scrying last time. Looks kind of like a bird bath. And he leans over. He says, "All right, this is gonna take a bit. Hold on."
Mm-hmm.
And he starts doing the ritual. And while that's going on, actually, Dunn, weren't you downstairs talking to one of the guards?
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably have the spellbook just as evidence.
Okay. So do you just grab the nearest guard, or do you go to like the receptionist, or what?
I guess.
Okay. You actually do notice that there's fewer guards here than there were yesterday. They're probably out busy for the most part. But
Understandable.
kind of the receptionist guard looks up from what he's doing. He says, "Oh, hello. What can I help you with?"
Yeah, yeah, you probably heard about the explosion yesterday, and I'm
Oh
here
yes,
to,
absolutely. We've got our guards all over that. Do you have
yeah,
some more information?
basically give witness to what happened back then.
Okay, so you're just gonna give them a complete rundown of what happened. Do you give them all the details, or are you holding back, or what?
Yeah, I guess I'm explaining all of it, except for maybe the fact that we were tracing the wizard because of these artifacts.
Okay, yeah, roll me a real easy diplomacy check.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, you blew it out of the water. This guy is completely enraptured in your description of the events. So he goes, "Oh, that's a lot to take in. Yeah, that's roughly the story that we got from one of the other guards who he must have been the one who was with you. Look, we've still got our guards cleaning up a lot there. That's very good to know, though. You said that the woman's name was Colleen?
That's what we were told, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on. And the receptionist kind of turns around, and starts flipping through a, a just one of the big filing cabinets he has behind him. He's opening drawers. He finally finds a file, and he pulls it out. He says, "Ah, yes. Okay, that makes sense. Yes. She got arrested under trespassing with suspected attempted arson. So
Well then.
that's not surprising whatsoever.
I wasn't
Do you-
going to ask any questions because you kind of let her out so I suspected that she was safe to be, out. But now that I've seen what she did, I kind of had my suspicions that she was in prison for good reason.
Look, Captain Stonelaw, he's very good in many situations. I feel like he makes some poor decisions in well, I'm certainly not privy to giving my opinions, as I am currently representing the guard post of Daventry. Let's just say it was perhaps not the best decision. Part. Regardless,
Happens.
do you have any information at all to track her whereabouts?
Personally, no, but I'm going to guess that she escaped to the sewers as well.
Okay. So that means that she's probably left the city. There's not much we can do, I'm afraid, if she's out in the mains of Calderas.
Well,
Perhaps
you'll
one of
be warned if she would choose to come back.
perhaps we can send word out to the Order of the Scales. They might add her to their most wanted list. Oh, this is a lot to take in. Thank you very much for bringing this information to us.
Gladly. I'm happy that I could help.
Oh, what do you guys do now? Or actually, wait. Most of you guys are busy sitting around waiting for the scrying to happen. Don, what are you doing right now?
Well, oops, I dropped my phone. I guess since I'm done, I'm going to go up with him and ask, yeah, so did you find anything?
All right, so as you walk on up, wait, you're walking up to the gnome's office?
Yeah, we joined
Okay,
the group.
yeah. Then yeah, you find everybody else, and I think I'm getting a little feedback off of Maya's.
Terrence is echoing a little
Oh,
bit.
it's Terrence's. Okay,
Are
so
you hearing a low humming?
No,
No,
a
it's
slight
some audio
echo.
feedback. Echo.
Yeah.
That's odd. I've got headphones in.
That is
I'm gonna
very
say
weird.
it might be
out
Maya
loud.
then.
Yeah, everyone else is echoing except you.
I mean, if you hear a little bit of a, couldn't be me, could it? I don't think it could. That would be really weird if it was me.
Oh wait. Okay, it's stopped.
Okay,
Part.
I guess we're good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, you head on up, and the other guys are already bored waiting for this gnome to finish up his scrying ritual. It's taking forever.
Is it
But
taking longer than the first time?
yes, because this time I realized that scrying takes an hour instead of 15.
Oh. Well then.
Yeah, that was something I was not aware of last time, so I'm just gonna say used greater scrying that time. So, but this time he is not using greater scrying.
Alright.
So he gets some pretty hefty bonuses to his scry attempt because of what you guys the items that you guys brought forth. So let me just...
Well, I mean, using scry magic is no mean task.
Oof.
So
Oof.
yeah, so greater scrying is actually something that only takes a standard action. So instead of an hour, like that's the big difference.
That's a pretty like meaningful difference.
Yeah, it's a difference of 3 spell levels.
Okay.
He burned a 7th level spell for you guys yesterday.
Well, he's
This
a
guy's
good
probably
guy.
a little too powerful to be working for just the guards.
Maybe
But
he's
whatever.
retired.
He's a retired Grand Magus or something. So now Zraidan gets a will save. So knowledge secondhand.
Wait, so that means you can spend an hour to do a thing and then flub it? That's cruel.
Yeah. Scrying is also an incredibly powerful spell if you're trying to track
I
somebody.
mean, that's basically what my exams look like.
All right. Zraidan does not succeed on this save. So what you guys see appear in the font is you see the pirate wizard riding atop like this this horse that's kind of like emanating this kind of magical glow to it. And Nava, you actually recognize this as the Phantom Steed spell.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Velmir would too, because you're both spellcasters.
Yep.
And he seems to be galloping across the plains of Calderis at pretty much full sprint. It's hard to tell where he is because he's kind of just in the middle of the plain somewhere. But you can still tell you can actually tell that he is heading west right because of the way the mountains are behind him.
So we're guessing he's heading towards Elrondis or something.
Yeah, like on the map, there was a thing over.
Yeah, Elrondis is the only target that's to the west.
Well
then.
So just for the future reference, I think we should head east so we won't have to race him. And then once we're done on the east, we can try to, we're at least secure that he doesn't have all the artifacts once we got those.
Oh, so basically we let him get some, we get some, and then we just get his half?
Yeah, that's the idea.
I'm not opposed to the idea.
Then he casts impossible angles and crushes you.
Oh no.
Not the impossible angles.
Well, I mean, he's gonna cast impossible angles at us no matter when we
Might
accost
as well
him.
get some levels under our belt before the inevitable confrontation.
I mean, yeah,
What
like
if he gets some levels in the meanwhile? He maybe throws even more impossible angles.
But think about it. We're gonna gain a lot more levels than he will.
Impossible levels, comma, even more. Impossible angles.
Yes.
All right. So, so do you guys leave the city?
We should first buy some transportation.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, we got money, so we might as well do stuff.
Make it rain.
I
Alright,
want to. Is there any like? I do have money. I want to check out the Lumpy store to see if there's anything would be useful for me there.
All right. You can assume that Uncle Lumpy's Magical Goods has basically most magical weapons and armor that you might want, including a good selection of wondrous items. But magical stuff is really freaking expensive in Pathfinder. How much money do you have?
Right, that's what I thought. I have a total of 345, so like not even like a potion of something, right?
You could buy a few potions, but that's basically it.
I'm gonna look at that.
Yeah, buying well, I don't really need so many potions. I got lay on hands. I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but-
buy a bow.
Uh,
You can go buy a boat. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you go. I'll let you guys buy stuff before you leave. We can just go on a shopping spree.
Want to buy a boat?
A bow.
I am
Oh,
I
a
am
boat.
going to go
Foldable
buy.
boat.
I'm gonna go buy a riding dog because
Why not?
Let's see.
a
A noble
riding dog.
creature.
You guys could all like get a cart and a couple horses or something like that. That would cover all of you.
Like, there's some good potions here, like that are not like healing, but like that does other kind of stuff.
Yeah, basically potion cost is based on their level for the most part. So yeah, what are so let me look up actual animals and animal gear. So do you guys want to each get your own individual mounts? Is that kind of the idea?
Not yet.
I mean, I don't
Uh,
mind riding with someone else.
I didn't expect to get so much money right now, so I didn't put any points into ride last level.
I mean, carts are only 15 gold. And you can get a cart, and that carries all of you if you put a couple horses at the front.
Yeah.
I'd be good with
that
that.
sounds
Yeah.
more economical.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's cartpool.
All right.
Oh
All
god,
right.
that's a terrible plot.
So, hold on. Kind of horses do you need? Okay, actually, a cart can be pulled by a single horse.
Strong enough for everyone, though.
Hold on.
I guess carriages sometimes didn't just have one horse.
Actually, a wagon might be what you guys. Yeah. Okay. Light wagon carries up to 1,000 pounds of cargo and requires 2 medium creatures or 1 large creature to pull it. That's probably more what you're looking for.
So just one horse, right?
So a cart actually probably isn't going to be enough. A cart is like a cabbage cart, for example, like where you see cabbages getting pulled in like medieval times.
Like, that's good for hauling stuff, but it's not gonna be...
Not good for hauling people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at wagons. You probably want a light wagon, which is going to be 50 gold, and then 2 horses. Pull it.
Which would be... for the 2
Each
horses?
horse is going to be 75 gold if you guys get a light horse.
Ugh. Okay.
That ain't so bad.
So for a total for all of that would be...
So yeah, the cart is 50 gold, I think I said, or the wagon.
Yeah.
So wagon 50 gold, and then 2 horses 75 each. That's another 150. So it's gonna be 200 gold total to get you guys transportation for.
So 50
I'll
each.
put 50. I'll put my 50 in.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So congratulations, you guys have 2 horses and a wagon.
Man.
You gonna name the horses?
I'm kind of on spot here.
Lunch and
You guys
breakfast.
can come up with names later. But yeah, they're trained. Not combat trained though. Did you want to get
Yeah.
combat trained horses?
I think
How
that's
much
going a bit
does those
far.
cost?
That would be 110 gold each instead of 75 each.
Like, if you want to pay the difference, go ahead. But I'm paying my part for a basic horse.
Basically, that just means that if they get caught up in battle, they're not going to try to run away.
Probably a good thing.
It probably is, actually.
It's
Yeah.
real expensive though.
We actually got a decent amount of gold. Plus, we got the gold
Yeah.
from that. From whatchamacallit.
So our share goes up to what?
It's another 17.5 gold.
7. Okay. Another 17.
That's still
to
under
upgrade the
what we
horses.
that's still under what we found in the dwarven wizard's bag.
What's the 17.5 for again?
To upgrade
To
our
upgrade
horses
the
from
horses
normal
to
horses
battle trained.
to... Yeah.
Oh, right.
Alright,
Which
let's
is
go
worth
for
it.
it then.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what's my answer again, Google? Do Sunset Kings. Do Sunset Kings. Right.
I pay 18 more.
I'm gonna spend 150 gold on 3 different potions.
Okay. What are the 3 potions that you're...
One of Pass Without Trace, one of Sanctuary, and one of Jump.
What does Pass Without Trace do? Does that just make it so you're harder to track?
The subject of the spell do not leave footprints or scent trail while moving.
All right, and then what was the second one?
Sanctuary.
And what's
Any
that do?
opponent attempting to directly attack the ward creature, even with a target spell, must attempt a will save, otherwise it gets wasted.
All right.
And yeah, and the other one is Jump. It's plus 10 on acrobatic check.
Yeah, that's actually probably pretty easy.
Okay. Yeah. No. I like all that. All right. So you've bought a bunch of potions, and you guys all have carts and horses, or you guys collectively have 1 wagon and 2 horses, and then Don, you wanted to buy a bow, yes?
Yeah.
All right. So I assume
Bow
that you
and
just
some arrows, yeah.
do that. Yeah.
Maybe a breastplate, but I think I'm gonna save the money for emergencies.
Oh.
All right. So how many arrows are you gonna buy?
Just a pack of 20.
Okay. Sounds good. And then are you getting a short bow or a long bow?
Longbow.
All right. So
Mostly
you
for the
get a
increased
small-
speed.
So longbow is 75 gold,
Plus 1 for the ammo.
plus 1 for the ammo. Okay. Yep. Sounds good.
Since we've got access to a cart and horses, I think I might actually buy myself a short bow.
All right. So it's gonna be 30 gold for a short bow.
Plus 20 arrows.
Plus 20 arrows, that's going to be 1 gold.
Yeah.
All right. So anybody else want to buy anything before you guys head off on your journey?
Everybody gets some arrows. And kind of do like military strategy, but just flooding the area with arrows.
Oh, wait. For some reason I had scribbled in here, but I forgot. Never mind. I apparently had a light crossbow.
Yeah, but the bow is better than the crossbow, I think.
Thing is that I have a -1 to strength penalty.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well,
Because you're
so
tiny.
what?
I just said because you're tiny.
My character's actually pretty strong for a kobold.
But you're still a kobold.
Yeah, you're still tiny.
You can polish a
Alright.
kobold, but you're still
That's
gonna remain a kobold.
prejudice. Who are you to talk like that about short people?
My character's a good 3 feet tall. He's actually on the upper height limit of.
You know what? When pineapple is size medium, would it be able to carry Regal in its hands to carry it somewhere?
Depends on how much Ralgo actually weighs.
30 plus what I think 30. So
With all your equipment?
That's minus equipment.
Oh yeah,
Equipment is I don't actually that's weird. Okay, apparently didn't
what upgrades did
we're,
Pineapple get
we're
anyway?
gonna say somewhere about 45 for for weight.
Okay.
40 without equipment. 40 with just basic equipment like armor and
Yeah,
weapons.
if pineapple strength would be over, say, like, if it's 13 or higher, then yeah, pineapple would be able to carry Ralgo.
Its strength is I think he would be able to. Wow. All right. And to answer your question, the upgrade for level 2 I gave pineapple is scent, so it can detect opponent in a circle of 30 feet. Unless we are downwind, in which case it's 60 feet.
Nice.
And Nava does look like a child, basically, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Then I kind of want to bring that up, but actually, Nava, shouldn't you have you told your parents that you're going out on a journey?
My parent, quote unquote, is Uncle Lumpy.
Yeah, but you do look considerably young, so I also think you should be. It should only be proper that you have their permission.
Oh no, it's cool. Don't worry about that. It's all taken care of.
If you say
Some
so.
parents are glad to see their children get more independent.
I'm going out there, for the family business.
Sounds good.
All right, so are you guys taking off, or does anybody else need to do some shopping?
No, I think we're.
I'm a
taking off.
cheapskate. I'm gonna keep my money.
I didn't
Alright.
realize that.
And when I die, I will scream, "I had money."
it's gonna be what we put on your grave.
Yep. Velmir,
We're not
you
gonna
have
bury
money.
We're not gonna bury you with it.
No, I would expect you to keep the money.
So what's the plan? Are we gonna head eastwards?
Yeah, let's east it up.
All right.
Because we're not gonna catch him either way to the first destination, so yeah, it is a good plan. I think.
We're
cool.
actually starting our adventure.
It only took until episode 3.
Yeah, the first episodes were like the prologue or whatever.
Well, they
Still
kind
faster
of,
than Kingdom Hearts 2.
they were kind of, honestly, if you look at it.
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
So-
now chapter 1 begins. The
Now.
journey to the east.
Yeah. We almost have enough people to recreate Journey West.
I don't want to be the monkey.
But
All right,
he's the
so
main
you
character.
guys head on out.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you see the Great Plains of Calderis pass by you as you head on out, and after about a day's journey, you stop and take a rest, and then that brings you to about here. Oh wait, I should actually move you guys to the world map.
That would help.
I'll be
Does
back.
our wagon
I'll
have
be back in a
a
minute.
ceiling? Well, a roof, I guess.
And let me actually put a little token for you guys.
Wait, we're going towards a vampire castle? Question mark, question mark. That's a terrible idea.
I
Let's
don't
see.
see the problem.
You guys are gonna be marked by. I need to find something. You guys can be marked by this pie. It's gonna be real tiny.
It's the pie party. Let's go.
All right. So yeah, after about a day's journey, you end up actually probably closer to here. And then Terrence said that he was ducking out for a sec. Yeah.
All right, we'll wait for him to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hit the restroom.
Are we gonna visit the vampire castle? There might be clues.
I'll be right back.
All right.
All right, I'm back.
Oh well, okay. As I just said in text, didn't you pin the list of the stuff we're going after and where they are?
I scrolled up, I found the list.
I pinned it at one point, but I removed it due to clutter. I can if you want, I can repin it.
Well, I was just wondering towards what object we were heading towards.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can just reintroduce you guys to the list.
I
have it written
reposted it in
here.
the Roll20.
Oh,
Oh, okay, that works too.
should probably also put in Discord because it's easier to look for it. But thank you.
So you guys are heading toward the pouch of many ingredients.
Uh-huh.
Leon. Ho, ho, ho.
Uh-huh.
All right. So yeah, you guys rest up for the night. So you guys each regain another 2 health. Is anybody still injured?
I don't believe so.
Yes. I think I am.
In that
Really?
case, well, I can just lay on hands in that.
Oh yeah, if you want to burn all your lay on hands as you go to bed. How much health are you missing, Duker?
5.
5? Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna
But-
say
and I'm only getting
you're all
half
healed up.
heals.
If you're the only one that is where lay on hands is being used on and you recover for the night, you're fine. You're all at max health now.
No, I only get 3 health from that. Because half vampire.
Yeah, but then you regain 2 extra for resting for that.
Oh, right, okay.
So you're fine. All right.
Yeah.
I should
So yeah.
have seen about getting a potion of wound in order to help you out. I didn't think about it.
But you don't know anyway, so.
Yeah.
It's got that feat that.
Unless you want to make a retroactive perception check.
It's kind of late, I think, by now at this point.
Yeah, now we are left, but still.
All right. So the next morning, you guys continue moving on, and probably about 11 o'clock in the morning or so, you guys see you guys are coming up to the bridge to cross the river. And exact notes here. So you find that the road has snaked across the river, and as you make out the bridge, you also begin to make out a few humanoid figures standing by the bridge, next to a large carriage off to the side.
Well done.
So they seem to be just standing next to the bridge. You guys continue moving forward?
They might have problems, so yeah, let's ask why they're there.
But before that, like, what are they actually doing? Are they literally just standing there?
One guy is leaning up against the post on one side of the bridge, and the other seems to be attending to the cart itself. And it's a covered wagon, so you only see those two people.
All right, yeah, ask. Go ahead and ask.
All right. As you do get closer, you do notice they all have swords on their hip. And so as you get closer, one of them says, "Oi! Stop right there. By order of King Graham himself, you'll need to pay the toll to cross this here bridge. It'll be 1 gold for each of you, including your horses."
Do they look anything like real tall people? Like, they might just, be trying to rip us off
You
by...
basically want to see how legit they're looking. Yeah, roll me some
Yeah.
move check. Oh yeah, no, these guys are lying their asses off. They're just trying to extort some money from you.
Yeah, no way.
What is that sleight of hand for?
Oh, that was supposed to be sense motive.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Which
yeah.
would
These
have
guys
actually-
are lying their asses off. They're just trying to get some quick cash off of you.
Yeah, that
Just
would have
a
been that would have been 15 if I had have actually rolled the right number. But yeah, so yeah, we sense are trying to.
They're
Nope,
trying to scam us.
not buying that. This bridge has always been free.
Just a bit of advice, friends. You try not to pretend to act on under the king's orders. You might get arrested for fraud. Just a bit of advice for the future.
Now, what makes you say they were frauds? That's a pretty harsh claim right there. I doubt the king would be happy to hear that.
Well, for one, you don't look very much like official toll people. You don't have a toll booth or anything of sorts. You don't have any kind of, heraldry indicating that you work for the king. And I think Raga just said that toll has always been free.
Roll a diplomacy check.
Should I roll a bluff check to help him about the Jobos?
No need.
About their...
All right. So yeah, you successfully basically you tell them that, and they're like, the guy on the right's kind of like, all right, fine, but we're still not letting you pass this bridge. We do not work for the king. You are correct, but we're not letting you pass. Not until you pay up.
And how do you intend to do that?
How are we going to do what? Make you pay up?
Yeah.
Well, if you try to pass without paying up, and he holds up a little gray box with a red button on it. Says, "This here bridge is gonna completely collapse out from under you."
How are you gonna make any more money if you destroy the bridge?
He actually points at the bridge, and you actually do see a bunch of what looks like sticks of dynamite lining the bridge.
This is
all the way down.
The most ill-conceived, like, ploy. What are you doing?
Well, Gil should totally do that thing where he throws shuriken at his hand so he drops the detonator.
How far across is the river, anyways?
The river's about 60 feet wide. Or
Oh.
sorry, not 60 feet wide. 30 feet wide.
So probably reasonably deep.
Oh yeah, this thing's rushing pretty quickly. If you fell in there, you probably won't survive.
Mm-hmm.
No one seems keen on just going in and confronting them directly.
Well, I am not going to let this crime kind of, stand. So, yeah.
Why is that only appearing on that screen? That's weird. My crossbow's appearing in the inventory, but not on my attacks page. Despite being listed as a weapon.
I think you have to add it manually. Probably.
That's really weird.
Anyway, if you destroy that bridge, we are going to basically arrest you on the spot and make sure that you won't be able to pull that stunt ever again. Besides, if the bridge is gone, you're gonna have to find another scam to pull off. So it's in your own best interest to just, leave the bridge be and let us pass.
All right, roll me an intimidate check.
Oof.
He kind of chuckles and says, "We can always find another place. There are plenty of bridges in the area."
Well, what if we take you on? We outnumber you. 2 to 1, 4 to 2.
Oh, that's what you think, huh?
While they're talking, can I do detect magic around, like without being noticed? See if anything they have.
Yeah,
could be
sure.
dangerous?
You can cast detect magic.
So I do that.
And you do so, and I don't think that. Let me check here. Oh wait, actually, you detect a bunch of small magical things emanating from inside their wagon, and you actually see, as you say that you guys outnumber them, you actually see a little halfling poke his head out from around the corner, out from inside the wagon.
I just kind of.
And he hops out, and he's holding a staff.
Dang it.
And wearing
Dang it.
robes.
Dang it.
Goddamn hope.
Says,
Right.
"I don't think that this battle would be as lopsided as you think. You could either pay the simply 1 gold in order to pass by, or we can make this difficult."
Well,
Hmm.
I'm going to make a stealth check while they're. Can I make a stealth check to try and sneak away while they're distracted talking to Darby?
Wait. So what exactly are you trying to do?
Stealth, then called shot to the hand where the gray box is sitting.
All right. So they are looking directly at the cart, and they see all of you. So they're gonna be like super suspicious if you hop behind the cart and then stealth.
Yeah.
But for
But
the
here,
scrying
let me
spell,
give
did
you
the
guys an
parrot
idea of
get
what this scene
consumed?
looks like.
Whoa.
I copied the tokens from the cake dungeon, so you guys might need to adjust your meters if you so choose.
Goddamn hobbits.
I don't have control of my token.
Oh, that's right, because I had to add yours new. Because I added your cleaned up version.
I was sitting on the front. Yeah.
If you guys wouldn't be sitting in the places that I have you sitting, you can.
I mean, like we were.
Oh, they're
like,
on this side of the river? I thought they were on across the river on the far side of the river.
No, they're on the same side of the river as you guys.
Are the distances accurate?
Yeah, those distances are accurate.
Okay.
I still don't have control.
Oh, really? Hold
Yeah.
on.
I mean,
Oh, whoops. There we go. I think I just clicked the wrong part.
Much better.
I'm gonna cast message. Can I multi-target that? I don't think so.
No, that's a single target only.
All right, so I'm going to ask that because can I tell that Railgull is fidgety and wants to do something?
I imagine so. Raocow, are you trying to particularly look not fidgety?
Probably. I was just trying to see if they were distracted enough for me to slip
Okay.
off. The
Probably
battle.
not. They've got a pretty good idea of what you guys are looking.
Because otherwise, I will instead address Vilmer since he is the one that seems the most like battle ready, and I just message him to say if he thinks that how easy it would be to knock these people into the river.
Maybe just charge the horses at them.
Because because I'm a sylph. I could try to push one of them with wind, but we still got two other person that would be in the way.
If Colleen was here, she would probably try to blow up the bridge herself.
So let's be happy she's not here.
Unfortunately, yeah, she probably won't. So thank goodness she isn't here.
No. But for in a bull rush maneuver, do I also follow the target, or can I just push someone forward?
For bull rush maneuver, you just push them a square.
Okay, but I don't have to follow them into the square.
No.
Okay.
I
Then I
message
say that-
to everyone separately, basically, asking this. Everyone, if they, in their opinion, it would be feasible to try and push one in the river.
Well, Relgan and I are too small to conceivably do this, so Velma would probably be the only one who could do that.
I think it is possible, I reply.
I mean, I could possibly help, but yeah, myself, not
Oh yeah,
not liable.
sorry. This guy's actually hopped out at this point. He's kind of here now.
So, what if I try to, using wind, push the guy that's behind the wizard man, so that someone...
What spell would that be?
My special sylph ability, Breeze Kist. Once per day, I can do a single bull rush maneuver using a gust of wind.
All right, cool.
Basically a force push,
Yeah, no,
force
that's,
shove.
that's pretty useful.
And I have the water version of that, except that's a proper spell.
Oh,
Hydraulic push.
you want to
That's
hydro
true.
push the other guy?
I can probably hydro push both of them that are on the left.
I mean, that while they're distracted with trying not to drown, that we can just move Ziana away. Although, there are magic stuff in their wagon. If you
Well,
want to
they're
take...
both out. They're both out of the wagon right now.
Right. You guys want to give it a shot?
Personally, I think it's not really worth it. We should just, could just play the quote unquote tour, and then after we're crossing somehow on civilization, we can just tell them, yeah, there's a couple of guys running a scam here. You should do something about it. Because we've
That's
got kind of...
boring.
Yeah, I know.
Also, like, that's... I don't know. It just feels bad to giving Brigand money. Like, we earned our money. It
And
was a
worst
real
case,
toll, like a real official toll, I mean, whatever, but, like, don't want them to encourage to continue.
We could give them money and then have Pineapple try to steal it back.
that would be Railgo for
I mean, like, if we just knock in the water, like, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, we won't kill them. They'll learn a lesson and they'll leave us alone.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let's time each other and try to do it at the same time.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys are both gonna try to get a surprise round on them by Nava, you doing an air push, and then Velmer, you doing a water push.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
hydraulic push. But
Yeah, I
before
did
then,
check.
as
Hydraulic push-
preparation, I do pick up a gold coin from a wallet and like jump out of the wagon, hold up the coin, and walk slowly towards them. so that I am in a good position.
Okay. They kind of actually roll me a bluff check to kind of get across the fact that you're real sincere about trying to give over this. Okay, yeah, it wasn't super hard. So you can walk up to them. I did check, however, and it does look like hydraulic push can only affect one person at a time.
Yeah, but I think it's part of the bull rush. If you push a character into another character, you start pushing both of them or something. It was. I didn't quite understand the bull rush, but it was something about that.
Yeah, if you push, I think that would basically mean that you would. I think that would basically mean that the little halfling here would be pushed into the human, and the human would go into the water.
The only people we really need to push are the guy with the detonator and the halfling. So you know.
The guy with the detonator is the one on the right over here.
And he's the one.
He's the one who has the detonator.
He's the one we should be worried about. The other one we can fight off or whatever.
Well, again, like I'd rather not have to fight. If you can just be rid of them, it'd be a lot
Fair
more
enough.
efficient. However, like if you want to get in on them and try to silence them in some way, if anything doesn't work, that'd be great.
I can try that.
Right.
I don't know how well the thing would work, but I could hit any of them with shurikens, and apparently drug shurikens is a free action.
Huh. All right. All right.
Oh.
So you guys actually gonna execute your surprise round now?
Yep.
Yeah, and I think I push both. I'm not entirely sure how to interpret the whole thing.
So for that bull rush, according to hydraulic push, it says that it's equal to your caster level plus your intelligence modifier.
Yeah, but I'm looking on the bull rush page itself.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say that oh wait.
I posted an example from the reference page.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing that now. Hold on.
There's a bunch of checks involved.
Okay, yeah. Basically, for every 5 that you exceed the CMD, you get to push the target an additional 5 feet back. But if you're trying to push it through somebody else, then you also need to make another combat maneuver bonus check on them with a -4.
Yep.
So are you trying to push the halfling, or are you just trying to push the dude behind him?
Then I'll push the halfling, I guess.
All right. Roll me that combat maneuver bonus check.
I'll just roll that for reference too. And just there.
All right. Where is the tab that I have open for him? Yeah, that probably does it. Yeah. So you actually.
Do we roll for initiative?
I mean, this is a surprise round, so we're just going to resolve that now. But yeah, so you do manage to push him enough to push him back 10 feet, but you also now need to make another check for the guy he's running into.
And the CMB for that bull rush is apparently your cast level plus your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma modifier.
Yeah, so it's not
Yeah.
directly your actual CMB.
So +6,
okay, my
actually.
real CMB +3, my int modifier is +4, so those are one more.
Okay. Well, wait, your CMB is +3 and your int modifier is +4, but you'd also get 2 added on to
Right.
that
+6.
because you're a wizard. Because you're level
Yep.
2. I mean, level
So-
2 magus.
So that happens to be a 19 and a 17.
Yeah, so you
Correct.
actually managed
Okay.
to push both these dudes into the river. They're just gone. They just get swept
Yeah.
away immediately. You hear their screams as it's going on. So Nava, make your comment or make your
Nava,
cast
you.
for
Thank
pushing
you.
back the other dude.
I'm trying to see what it is I'm supposed to do. So I just make a CMD, I guess.
Yeah, just be a standard CMB. It looks like.
Right. Where did I write this down? Okay, so CMB.
Yep.
So So it's attached to my strength, or would it be attached to another trait, though?
According to the self thing, it looks like it would just be a normal CMB.
All right.
So, it would be your
Weird, but
strength still.
okay.
It is a little weird, I agree.
Probably just blowing real hard, so
Jesus
it
Christ.
determines the
Oh,
strength.
yeah, no, that guy is
my-
just in the drink. He's gone. Yeah, so
Bye-bye.
you guys run into these fake toll
We need
keepers,
3
and
Wilhelm
you
screams
say,
right now.
Screw that, and you shut them all back. And they're all in the water, they get swept away, and you have no idea whether or not they actually survived that.
I'm
Nicely
sure
done, you two.
you haven't killed
There's-
anyone. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Let's see. Is there any way I could make a disable device check on that explosives to disable? them?
Yeah, sure. Actually, roll me a perception check on the explosives.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
these are just cardboard tubes painted red. This is not actual dynamite.
Nice.
I guess I'll check the car just to make sure they don't have anything actually dangerous, you know.
I guide you
they-
towards the shinies.
You actually don't see anything actually dangerous in the cart, but there's a lot of stuff in there. It looks like they've probably been collecting a lot of tolls, and also potentially other things in place of tolls via barter.
Well, I suppose since these are probably ill-gotten gains, and they won't be coming back for a while. I mean, it's not stealing, right?
No, it's not. It's totally not. It's we found this. We
So-
found this abandoned wagon here.
So the money that's in there comes out to 111 gold, 38 silver, and 27 copper. Which I'm gonna pop in
Run
chat.
that by me again. Yeah.
Yeah.
alright.
And then there's also a pile of miscellaneous gems in there. It looks like a lot of money's worth, but you're gonna need to make a appraise check to figure out how much.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You see a masterwork leather armor. You see.
I'm just gonna write these in the chat at the same time.
Yeah, here. Actually, I'm just gonna copy paste the
Okay.
important stuff, and then I'm gonna copy paste the not important stuff. So that's the important stuff. Like that's the actually potentially useful stuff, and the other stuff is denoted as quote unquote miscellaneous salvage, and I'm also going to post that.
Well, I
this-
guess I'll take the divine spell stuff.
Whoa.
Oh god, that did not separate easily. But this is the pile of crazy nonsense that they have going on. There's just a little bit of everything.
So, who other than me wears leather armor?
I
I'm
am
wearing
wearing
hide.
studded leather.
I'm wearing studded leather. I'm wearing studded leather, I think. Yeah, I'm wearing masterwork studded leather myself.
Because I just got regular old dumb leather armor.
You can take the masterwork.
What does it
Yeah.
change? if I
It
get
changes
masterwork?
so the armor check penalty is reduced by 1.
Oh, okay. Nobody looks while I'm
down to-
changing myself.
So
I-
I'm
But normal
I think
leather
it changes
doesn't
it
have
to
any
having no
penalty, though,
armor
right?
check penalty.
No, wait, though, although... Wait, what did you say? I didn't get all that.
So it basically reduces the armor check penalty by 1, which in leather armor's case I think makes it remove the armor check penalty entirely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does it just assume that it fits me, or...
Yeah, it's for a medium-sized creature.
Alright.
I'm going to take the first scroll and the 2 potions.
Anybody want anything from this pile of random stuff?
I'm gonna take their scroll of
I'm-
hypnotism, dude.
I'm gonna take the oil because it could be useful if we
No,
have
you-
a blessed one.
No, wait,
Say you
which
took
scroll
the-
did... Sorry, go continue. I'm gonna ask afterwards.
Oh, he said he took the first one, which was the scroll of purified food and drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I would take the hypnotism one.
I don't know what Stone Fist does or Raven Field Limit, but you should probably take those. Or that, or I can take them, try and make a use magic device check on them, because I've got that. Backpack's probably not going to be useful. Barrel ale, hey, we can get drunk some night.
I feel like we should take the L.
Good
We
choice.
got a wagon. I mean,
Uh-huh.
take the
And none of us-
food.
The animal feed will be very helpful as well.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that your horses have been grazing on the grasses because the plains are pretty wide and spread out, so there's plenty of grass for them to graze on.
Is the
You
animal
got-
feed appropriate for our horses? Because we might just take that with us also.
Yeah, that'd be something that'd be good for your horses.
And the
Yeah.
rope. Rope is always good.
So I guess I'm gonna take all the scrolls except for purifier food and grain, because that's what I take. But if anyone wants any of them, tell me.
Oh,
You
hey,
can
we've
keep
actually
them
got a
as far as
second
I
small
can.
cask of ale. Oh, I don't know why we need another wire skin would always be useful, and a wedge of cheese would be nice.
No, yeah,
Some
like
cheese
everything.
to go with our.
Yeah, food is useful. Food is
Everything that's food, we're gonna take.
Yeah.
I guess we should have a wagon inventory.
The crowbar could be useful as well, as could the grappling hook.
good. The ladders and rope nets too, probably.
And maybe the handsaw.
And
In
the
case there's any-
crowbar.
I think I already mentioned the crowbar.
But wait, 28 boxes of arrowheads.
Yeah, that's. You
Well.
should probably take that.
I'm guessing those are probably small boxes, but yeah, anything that can be weaponized, we should probably take.
Candles might be useful, I think.
So what are we not taking?
That might be a better
That is
question.
the better question.
The glass rods. We're not taking the glass rods.
Probably not the iron pot or iron bar.
Basically, you guys just add to your inventory whatever you're taking. Just make sure that you're not duplicating items on.
Yeah, that's. So as of now, like I said, I only took the scrolls that no one else take. So if anyone wants to be in charge of like taking the food or the tools or whatever, just to make sure there's no duplication.
I
But
mean,
if
we
we
should
could
probably-
get a editable printout, handout that we all can edit, would work. So that we use as a shared inventory.
For the wagon inventory, yeah, that's
Yeah,
not a bad
basically.
idea.
And if we ever get
also got
a
stuck.
portable hole or similar, we can use that for that as
We'll
well.
just put everything in.
Yeah.
Um,
Dragon gold, yeah, just put in, more. Is it filled yet?
Oh,
No,
we
quick,
just-
continue.
we lost Darby for a second there.
Oh man, there's a pan flute. Anyone knows how to play music?
Not
I
really.
don't think anybody has performed woodwind.
Oh. Gonna give that to Pineapple next level up.
Ah, yes, the famous summons playing perform woodwind.
Of course.
I mean, why not?
I mean, he has. I thought I gave him performance, but I didn't. Dang it. Because performance is a class skill for Eidolons.
Which is great. it's a wonderful magical thing.
Yep. At least I'm not taking
So-
anything for my personal inventory.
Alright.
The lamp might be useful for those of you that can't see in the dark, and there's oil for the lamp even as well.
I think we
I
all have
suppose.
dark vision except for Colleen.
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
Pity.
Dark
But I'm
Much
also
easier
pretty
to
sure
sneak
they all
around.
have part of your starter kits.
Yeah, that's true. So is there a listing, like a Google Doc or something, with everything we're taking?
I could make one, I guess.
Right. Sorry about that.
No, I mean it's fine. It's just not something I expect to have to do. Yeah, I guess I'll just do in the same character.
In the
File.
Roadrunner and Advanced Campaign characters folder. Right.
And like in 20 minutes, then we do something, and then the wagon, all its content, we lose it. So yay, all this time.
I'm guessing in the meanwhile, after we've looted the thing we're carrying on with our travel. You know.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Here. You put all the stuff in that you guys want.
All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and what do we don't take? Because otherwise, I'm just gonna put everything in there.
The pitchfork, I don't think we need.
The backpack, the marbles, the sling bullets, the bag of chalk.
Here, I'm
rope.
just gonna copy everything in there for you, and then
Okay.
you guys remove what you want.
That's probably a better way to
We
do
can
it.
sell the vinegar.
That's the thing. Everything we don't want, we can just sell. We're going close to a town, after all.
Actually,
How
yeah,
much
that's a
room
good
do we
point.
have on the wagon? With 4 of us on it.
Probably not enough for everything there,
Oh.
because you guys only got a light wagon, which means you can only carry 1,000 pounds total.
Yeah, we should just take the most stuff by value. So I
Okay.
don't think we should take the arrowheads, for example.
Yeah.
So the food and the valuable stuff.
You don't need 28 boxes of 20 arrowheads each.
Well,
What kind of monsters are
unless-
you?
Well, are they silver arrowheads?
No, they're just regular arrowheads.
And unless someone gets Craft Fletcher, we don't need it.
Did anybody try to appraise the gems? Anybody other than me?
I don't have appraisal, I don't think.
I don't think I do either. No, I don't.
I mean, I could make an untrained one, but I've got nothing.
I'm
I-
thinking that we keep the gems and we like next town there's probably like a jeweler or something.
Yeah, you just trade it in for cash.
Yeah. Other praise.
We're gonna do it for cash, and then it turns out the gems are all of glass.
Any other
Scammed.
gems?
Scammed.
Actually,
They got scammed themselves.
There's
I'm
my attempt at an appraise check.
Yeah, those are gems, all right.
I'm detect magicking the gems.
They're not magic; they're just gems.
Alright, just want to make sure. So, okay, so we keep the food. So I'm in the thing right now. I'm gonna start deleting stuff. Backpack, bag of 20, bag of marbles, sling, chalk, salt. We get rid of all that.
Yeah.
Sure.
We got a couple small casks of ale instead of the big barrel of ale.
All right.
Anonymous
Because of
Wolverine.
weight concerns, fine. We're not bringing the barrel of ale. Everyone
I
has
love
their own
inventory
bedroll
management.
already. We don't need that.
In all seriousness, though, I actually enjoy inventory.
Vinegar. That's a lot of vinegar.
It is so much vinegar. Like, they must have tried to shake down a vinegar salesman at one point.
Clearly.
Let's take one bottle
Yeah.
of vinegar.
Yeah. Candles, I think we keep. For now.
Cans can be useful. Flint and steel, we probably already got tons of that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys probably all have flint and steel from your starter kits.
So these three I'm deleting. Clay pitcher, crowbar, flint and steel. I'm deleting.
Crowbars could be useful for prying open doors.
Yeah, but
Rope is always useful. Rope is always good. We should take that.
alright, fair enough. So grounding hook is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Hammer. Handsaw. Anyone has any opinion on those?
I don't know. How liable are we gonna need to build a bridge? I don't know.
I mean,
Okay.
we could use a handsaw to, cut through something. I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
worst case, we can go back to here where we're leaving all this junk.
Yeah, once we're
Okay.
halfway across the continent, then we figure out we need to cut through a wooden bar or something.
Should we take the lamp? Might be useful for the person there in case we get ambushed.
The
and neither
lamp
have to go in
is useful. Yeah, I say we keep the lamp.
Sure.
Agreed.
There's also a small. I'll keep one small cask of oil, so that way
Also,
we can,
what's a
Yeah.
python?
That's for rock climbing.
Oh, one of these picks.
Don't need a pitchfork. We don't need oars.
Yeah, here, let me just send you a picture.
We don't need we don't need a merchant scale. What's low boots?
Boots.
Boots that don't go above the ankle, I think.
That's what a
That's-
pitton is.
That's dumb. We don't need low boots.
It's basically for anchoring yourself while
what-
climbing.
Yeah. Panflute, you already said you wanted to keep that for pite.
yeah, I'm putting the pamphlet in my personal inventory.
Now, what sort of mouth does pineapple have?
We don't
Good
need a
idea.
sewing needle.
Good.
I mean,
good-
granted,
good
you can
question.
reshape pineapple every time you level up, so
Yeah. So next level up is gonna have lips.
like real ass human mouth. It's gonna be creepy. Like,
Some
that's gonna be
serious
weird.
level of weirdness.
So okay, it's going to be a fish body with bird wings and feet, but a human face.
Oh, that's
Ew.
gonna be so weird. It's gonna be like that the great forest spirit from Princess Mononoke. It just looks really unsettling. Human
I
face
was,
on
I
it.
Okay.
was thinking of
Can
Seaman.
you think of any use for the rope net?
Go
Not
fish.
really.
Maybe not 3 rope nets though.
Oh, what did you just lead off the top? Oh, the
Okay, so things that we're keeping and we're gonna sell eventually. That's not a bad idea. So Python, get rid of.
Yeah.
yeah. If we need to, you can
Especially
probably
if it's
buy
only
one.
one is just useless.
Yeah, it's only one. It's probably
Okay,
not terribly
seem like
useful.
that. Yeah.
Sack of wheat. Is that think we could make like cream of wheat or something, possibly.
Snowshoes we won't need.
I mean, I don't think anybody among our group has profession baker or profession miller.
Yeah, fair enough.
Everyone
we
already
should
has a
fix that.
water skin.
You know, I always
Yeah,
wanted to be a
Do you guys
baker.
just eat the standard rations that you have around the campfire? Does anybody like doing cooking around the campfire?
Oh yeah, we
I-
did spend one evening, so we probably all used the ration, right?
Well, I'm gonna, as long as you guys bought rations at the beginning, I'm just gonna let that slide because I don't want you guys to have to track that. If we go into a survival situation, I'll give you
Oh.
plenty of heads up, and then I will make you track it. But I don't expect to be doing that this campaign. But don't quote
Okay.
me on that.
Uh-huh.
How strong is that grappling hook?
Let's
Probably
check
just a
the
hook without rope.
page for grappling hook.
Oops.
You think we can use? Actually, whetstones are big, aren't they?
No, the whetstones are like they're handheld, aren't they? I guess there's
There's
different
small
kinds.
stones to sharpen things with.
Grappling
That-
hooks are as strong as the rope that they're connected. And this is actually just the hook part.
Oh well.
We got the rope.
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
have the rope, so.
We might as well keep the whetstones. That way we
Yeah.
can sharpen our weapons.
Yeah, I agree. Tiny wooden box, so I'm assuming there's nothing in it.
Nope, just a box.
Get rid of that.
Unless it looks kind of fancy, but I don't think so.
No,
Does it?
it's literally just a tiny box.
It's out of the inventory. And 2 sack. Let's just yeah. So there we go.
I guess I'll calculate the collective worth of the sellables while we do something else.
Well, we're
Okay.
back on the road.
On the road again.
Yeah.
So you guys are indeed back on the road, and I just got a phone notification from somebody saying notes, oh no. On the
Oh,
page,
yes.
I should prevent that from being a thing that gets pushed to my phone.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
No, it's fine. I just didn't expect it.
Me neither.
Okay, so
Are we just trying to be dumb?
you guys head out again. So let's go back to the world map here.
Oh man, this was a.
That was an interesting.
So, yeah, it's gonna be like another. So you guys cross the river, and then you end up like here by the end of the day. About it's gonna be like another day and a half before you arrive. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the rest of your journey is gonna be uneventful. But do you guys have any conversations to get to know each other? Do you guys have any fun moments around the fire or anything like that? You guys just travel in silence the whole time for 4
That's
days.
the thing. It's
Yeah, I
hard-
suppose we talk about our reasons to why we were in Devonshire in the first place or something.
Well, like, how open is every character?
Velmer is
Well, I'm
not
gonna say
very
I'm
open.
very open.
That's something you can ask if your character's a little open.
I think I'm reasonably open, not like a blabbermouth who talks about secrets or stuff, but
But,
Probably
like
moderate.
is good at like just casual conversation and whatnot.
Mhm.
Because yeah, I figured Vilmer would be pretty much just sticking to his own things.
Pretty much.
So you guys aren't
Probably.
going to ask about the umbrella or the hell the dog symbol on Dawn's shield is,
I
or
would eventually ask
what
about.
Relgil's history is, anything like that.
Yeah, I never saw that holy emblem on your sword.
Yeah, so basically that's the symbol. That's the symbol of my god, Shibe, and it's basically the holy god, representing all the positive qualities of dogs. Like loyalty and protecting those close to you and all that stuff.
Uh, I don't want to like sound mean or anything. I've never heard of Shibe before. Like from how far away have you traveled?
Basically all the way from the south, have you heard of the forest? The
I've heard of forests.
the glider forest, around Aberystwyth.
I
I can't pronounce his name.
Aberystwyth.
That's a
Yeah.
weird name.
What is?
I literally stole the name off of a city in Wales.
Yeah, I just thought it sounds extremely Welsh.
mean, like I'm gonna
Does
be
that make me
honest.
Welsh?
Ah,
Is Dawn Welsh? No, Dawn is. I mean, Aberystwyth is a city of fairies, and I don't know, Welsh names sound very fairy to me.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've never left like the mountain. Like the southest I've ever went is Daventry. So all this is actually pretty new to me.
Yeah, I mean, I've been traveling around to see new sites, to see if there's anything I could do anywhere.
Trying to be a good boy.
The best boy.
Oh, who's a good boy?
Oh, you are a good boy. Actually, something that generally does on his off time is if you not look at the book, it's just reading a journal. And if you ask about it, I just answer languages.
Yeah, what was the language that you learned this level, Valmir?
It was abyssal, I think. No, infernal. Infernal.
Ah, all right. Just in case you guys run into any demons you want to talk to.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
good
also
to
got the
me.
Necril, abyssal,
Oh no!
the evil ones. And
If
then
I
a bunch
ever
more.
get a summon planner ally, we can summon someone from hell and you can chat with them.
I mean, if we ever encounter some sort of cultist lair with their plans written somewhere, we could decipher them. He could, at least.
Mhm.
And how many of the like standard languages do you know? Like, do you know Common, Elven, Dwarvish, Halfling, Gnome, etc.?
I'm gonna check because I don't remember all of them. No, this is an entire list. Common, Dwarven, Elven, Abyssal, Sylvan, Draconic, Necril, Infernal.
So
Next
it's funny
level, I
because
am gonna add another.
you have like the core races and then crazy demons, and that's like
Yep.
all you've got.
Of course.
There's a solid gap of like secondary race, and also halflings. But I find it amusing.
Halflings were boring. Not worth the study.
Oh man,
Ah,
how does Don feel about that? Which you probably didn't hear because Felmer probably didn't say that out loud.
No, I didn't.
But you don't know how
I
to
mean, I
spell.
understand halflings are probably not that uncommon, so I mean, you wouldn't probably be interested in humans either.
No. Yes, common is kind of important to know, otherwise I wouldn't have bothered.
Yeah, it's
Right.
important, but not something very much interesting.
It's
All right,
a
well,
too
another couple
low a
days
common
pass.
denominator.
You guys find yourself at the outskirts of Korbaska. And Korbaska is a small little village. It's mostly actually inhabited by halflings, but it's got a good population of humans as well. It's like a sleepy little town. The forests are kind of dense around it. You get more trees the closer you get to the mountains, and so this village is kind of nestled in the mountains a bit. And everybody who has knowledge local, roll me knowledge local.
Okay.
Wait, do we actually have someone with knowledge local now? Oh no, it's a net. Okay. I was so excited that somebody actually had knowledge local. Okay.
And then I roll in that one.
And then you roll in that one. Oh well.
We're truly video game protagonists. We have no idea what is of the backstories of anything around us, so the game has to tell us about it.
You guys are just astonished that there's even a town here. You're like, wow, I never knew that this existed, even though it's on my map. What is this place?
We basically knew because we know a quest item is here.
So yeah, you guys are coming in here. Imagine if the Shire was in the woods. It's kind of like that, except there's kind of a mix of like more normal human architecture toward the center of town, where they've got a few shops and inns, and it looks like this is basically where the tourists and people heading toward Zriel from Daventry kind of end up spending the night.
Also, there's probably mountains in the background.
There are mountains in the background, and also up high on one of the cliffs, you see a giant castle looming over the entire.
Well then, guess
I
where
have
we're
a
going.
guess that's where we need to go.
It's a really old looking castle. Yeah. Does anyone have knowledge history?
Nope.
We didn't before.
Okay.
I think Rel gets knowledge local as any we've got.
Okay.
Yeah,
then you guys
would knowledge nobility help?
maybe you could give it a roll. Okay.
Wow.
With that, you know that there's been no like proper nobility in Korbaska in centuries, as far as you know. Korbaska has been noble free and has mostly been a democratic little village for a long time.
Probably just a tourist attraction by this point.
I mean, we know
I
that there's a
don't
vampire
actually.
around,
I don't actually have any int bonus, so yeah, and I've got a grand total of 4 to my.
So it's a sleepy little town. You can tell that the road that you're going along, which ultimately leads to Zriel, is by far the busiest part of this town. And sure enough, there's been other travelers and stuff and like merchants that you've passed and have had pass you on the roads. And they're just kind of passing right through this town. Some of them are kind of setting up for the night and checking into inns and stuff. It's probably about 3 o'clock.
Okay. So we should probably make base camp and then head up into the castle when it's bright and early.
Well, no. First, we should probably ask around in town if the vampire here is nice or not.
We should probably be that direct move. Just ask about the castle first. If you just ask for a vampire and there isn't actually a vampire that people know about, we just come across as crazy.
Okay, ask about the castle then.
All right, so
I wouldn't mind coming across as crazy, but
yeah, somebody roll me a diplomacy check for asking a random passerby about the castle.
Do I have diplomacy?
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So we're just all grabbing passerbys. Okay. So you guys each go out and ask, and you guys each run into halflings who have eerily similar sounding voices because I don't feel like coming up with 2 separate voices. Yeah, all 3 of you, 3 different halflings that have 3 eerily similar voices, and all happen to say very similar things. They say, "Oh yeah, that castle up there. That's been abandoned for quite some time. They used to be. That's all that Nava and Darby get, but all that Nava and Don get. However, Ralgo, you actually get a little more information." The person says, "Yeah, Vampire used to inhabit that place. Currently, though, he's not living there anymore. I think he's in jail."
How do you jail
He's
a vampire?
He's in the town jail.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't get many visitors. You have to talk to the sheriff in order to actually, if you want to actually see him. It's not really something for tourists. It's not really the purpose.
How did you manage to jail a vampire, and why?
He's gonna make a knowledge history check to see if he knows.
Maybe it's the sort of vampire who knows that they're a monster and they lock themselves up to keep themselves out of harm's way. You know, that
So-
kind of person.
She says, "Oh, he was jailed probably about a century ago. I don't know much of the details, but I know we ended up capturing him, and he's in the jail now."
Yes.
How hasn't
Oh.
he broken out, I wonder?
Maybe the jail is on top of a running river.
Oh. I'm gonna go return back to the party and say, well, looks like we get to the vampires in the jail.
We're going to have to break him out of jail, don't we?
Or maybe he
Or
can
we
just
could
tell
ju-
us where the thing is.
Yeah, we can just ask the sheriff to let us speak with the vampire.
I mean, this seems to be a tourist town. You think they'd be open to have people see a real live vampire?
As a tourist attraction. Huh.
Okay, so yeah, we should again, as mentioned, if that's the case, we should probably go talk to the sheriff then, that sort of stuff, and ask if we can speak to the vampire.
We should also sell our excess stuff since we're carrying a lot of stuff just to be sold.
Probably, yeah.
Is there an appraiser in town?
Yeah, there's some general stores you could probably go to.
All right.
So if you want to just go sell off all your stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Better-
say that
better
you
to
can
get that out
get.
of the way.
I'm gonna say for the things that you are trying to sell, you can probably get like 5 silver.
Wow.
Oh wait,
Oh.
no, there's a sickle in there. Sickles are worth more than.
Yeah, sickles are weapons.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say,
Wow, the echo's getting pretty strong.
who
Yeah,
am I getting
it's
that echo from?
oddly some irregular.
Like, it's not coming from Toron, so it's probably coming from Mayo.
Okay, I'm gonna say you can get 3 gold and 5 silver
Total.
total.
I mean,
I mean, you're literally asking him to buy 17 bottles of vinegar and a single needle.
that's true.
Well, of course.
Actually, the sewing needle. At that point, we might as well keep the sewing needle, so that way we can at least do botch jobs of repairing her clothes or something if we need to.
Do we have Fred?
We should have kept those sacks.
You guys have the sack of animal feed. You can use the leftover sack from that.
Yeah, probably. If worse came to worse.
All right, so
Oh,
you sold that stuff. Did you guys want to sell the gems as well?
yeah.
After having them appraised.
Okay.
Darby, you should probably use diplomacy on the jeweler so he'll actually tell us the real amount they're worth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
so,
that's sense motive.
Or
So
sense motive.
you go into there's basically just a pawn shop in town, which is where you're selling all your other stuff, and there's no proper jeweler in town, so you basically plop the gems on the table and say, "Can you also appraise these?" And the guy says, "Sure." So he's gonna roll an appraise check. All right, and he says, "I can probably give you 100 gold for these."
I mean, given that they are sold and not bought, yeah, I can see them being worth 200 gold in total.
Sound good to you?
Oh, sure.
Sure.
All right.
So
Oh,
let
there
me
you go.
just sum that all up.
So you get an extra 100 gold.
Okay.
well, I mean, so just 100 GP, that's easy to divide by
That's
4.
25.
Yeah.
So that's 214 GP, 43 SP, and 27 CP. Who wants
So
a
we
copper?
already like split a lot of that, so it's easier to just split the extra 100.
I mean, how did you split the money earlier? Because it's not quite the
Oh yeah, we
right amount.
didn't do that, right? Yeah,
No.
that's right. You're correct. Okay, so all right, let's
We only
split.
split up the stuff from the wizard, so.
You're right. So let's split 214.43.27.
How are you getting 0.23, 0.27?
Well, it's not possible, but it's because you got dollars, cent, and then like other lower one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so actually, silver it's 10 silver to a gold, and then 10 copper to a silver.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a silver
so
piece is
basically-
basically a dime.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I thought it was
except
just...
the scale is way different because like a gold is 2 weeks worth of work.
So that's 280 GP, 5 SP, and 7 CP.
All right, divide by 4 gives us... Man, we're making money.
What's the
What an
what's it
adventure! We
total?
get to do math!
So there's 1 CP left over. Who wants it? 1 copper.
I'll take the copper, I suppose.
The shopkeeper says, "I'll take it."
I mean,
I bet you do.
I mean, he's appraised gems for us, so why not?
Thank you. You're too kind. He gets a kind of a hearty chuckle out of that.
Okay. So what did it divide up into?
It's on the wagon sheet.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the bottom number.
okay. And I just copy pasted that into my sheet.
I
I'll
suddenly
fix this
become Gordon
shit
Freeman, so I grab the crowbar and start punching everything with it.
up.
And I suddenly stopped
Yeah,
being
the
Gordon Freeman, nothing happened. It was all in your heads.
But so after we sold that and split all the gold after that, it's just we really should actually speak to the sheriff and try and speak to the vampire.
Yeah, like if you can get this all done real quickly, like I wouldn't mind.
So yeah, let's go talk to the dude.
All right, you guys go to the police station. It's kind of a small little building. You can't imagine that there are that many cells in there. But you walk in and there's a kind of receptionist, and there seems to be an office off to the side. The receptionist looks up and says, "Hello, how can I help you for?"
Yeah, we were wondering if we could speak to the vampire.
Are you referring to Leon? What do you need to speak to
yes.
Leon for?
We have reasons to believe he possesses an item, or well, used to possess an item that we need to find.
Hold on. This is most unorthodox. I'm gonna go talk to Sheriff Mara. Hold on, just one moment. And she scuffles off and knocks very like furiously on the door
Interesting
to the
to hear
office.
that you refer to him by his first name.
So you are
Yeah,
having
he's a
some
regular here.
poorly preconceived notions because out steps a female halfling who has the sheriff's badge on. She kind of looks at the receptionist, and receptionist kind of like whispers hurriedly at her, and sheriff saunters on over, says, what do you four want with Leon?"
As I said earlier, we believe that he used to possess an item that we need to find.
No, that is interesting, because Leon has been in our possession for 116 years. Why would you need to speak with him now? What could he possibly have in his
Because
possession?
it was just a few days ago that we learned of this item.
How old are all of you? You can't have been.
I stopped counting a
Please,
while
that's kind
ago.
of a rude question to ask.
We're not actually acquainted with him, so we only found out that he existed like a few days ago.
Look, Leon's been a very good prisoner, but we can't just let him have anybody barging in asking to see him.
Would a gold
Why
coin
not?
help you be convinced?
Oh man, you're gonna try to bribe a police officer.
Might as well.
I mean, if he gets arrested for bribery,
Roll a
he's-
diplomacy check, Velmir.
Yeah. This is gonna get good. Where is it? There is it. Haha!
Oof.
Remember the bonus from the gold coin.
So she kind of gives you. She kind of looks down at you as much as she can from being a halfling and you being a fully sized Dhampir. But she kind of gives you a glare like, no, really, sir, is that entirely necessary?
Well,
Can
no,
you-
not always, but
can you
it often
can you-
helps.
Can you then go in and tell Leon if he's if you're actually only accepting visitors if he allows them, that friends of Thaddeus Bakerton or whatever
Oh, that's his name.
are want to speak with him.
Well. I suppose I can work with that. If he says that he's actually interested in speaking to you, I'll let you pour in then. How does that sound?
That
Sure.
sounds
Fine.
fine with me.
Tell him that Bakerton sent us.
Bakerton, huh? Huh.
Yeah.
Very well. And she takes a key ring off of her back belt loop and opens up a door into you see brief glimpse and it looks like just a hall of jail cells, and the door closes behind her quickly.
Calling it now, it's Velma's dad.
And just a couple of minutes later, she walks back out. She says, "I'll be. You four apparently have name dropped somebody important enough to make our vampire perk up a little bit. He would like to speak with you."
Well,
Because
go on
that
in.
would work. Yep. I head right on in.
So she keeps the door open, and as soon as you guys all enter, she closes the door behind you. And what you see is a hallway with 2 jail cells on either side of it, and then 1 jail cell at the end. I want you guys to make me either a knowledge engineering check or a knowledge or just a or perception check. All right, Velmer, you notice that the jail cell, the only jail cell that's there that has anybody in it is the one at the far end, and it seems to be a man in a tattered black cloak, leaning against the bars. So he's got his back toward you, and he's sitting down and leaning back on it. And you notice that the bars of his cell appear to be of an entirely different material.
Probably
Oh.
silver.
If you guys roll me a knowledge engineering check, you might be able to figure out what material it is. Any of you have it?
Nope.
Oh,
Nobody's got it. Okay. Oh wait, Rao? Do you have knowledge engineering?
Why don't I have knowledge engineering?
I think at this point it's
I
pointless
think
to
summoners
ask
get
for
knowledge of everything, but I think you will need to put a point into it first.
Right. Which
Do you
I
have
didn't.
a point into knowledge engineering?
I don't have one.
Okay. So yeah, basically you can just tell that it's just a completely different material that these bars are made out of. So as you approach, the man leans forward, stands up slowly, turns around. This man is huge. He's like 6'5" or something.
Whoa.
He turns around. He kind of looks over the 4 of you. And his eyes hover ever so slightly longer on Velmir.
Yep.
And
I
Velmir,
meet his gaze.
I want you to roll me a will save.
Oh dear.
Do we know you're a
Mhm.
vampire?
Well, if you succeed a perception check, I think we said last time.
Yeah, and we
So we
didn't
don't.
succeed.
We
Right,
suck
we
at
don't.
perception.
He's just a pale dude.
All right. Let me actually see how difficult this would be.
It's a pretty good will save.
It is a
Yeah, it's
pretty good
a
will save.
19, so I hope it's enough.
Okay, so
But it is a vampire, so
yeah,
it
no,
makes sense
that
it
is
would be.
that is literally the exact number that you would have needed to roll.
Perfect.
Wow.
You feel
Cutting it close.
you feel
Cutting it close.
confident you feel a wave of something trying to fuck with your brain, basically. And I assume you look away very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
He looks at you quizzically for a second. Then he stops and turns. Who are you all?
Thaddeus Bakerton sent us. Well, he sent us to retrieve his missing artifacts. Someone stole his amulet a few days ago, woke him up.
And it appears that he's also trying to get all the other ones.
It's a dwarven wizard named the person who we suspect is the main culprit of stealing it is a
Was he a
dwarven
dwarf?
wizard. What?
Was he a dwarf? I don't remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he was a dwarf.
So he was not a dwarf. He was a human.
Oh,
Was a
Yeah, I was
pirate.
wondering where you got that.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
His right hand is absolutely
Must
a
have been
human.
the beard.
He's got a hell of a
Probably
beard.
it was
He's a
the beard. I think
beardcist.
it was a human wizard named Zryden.
Alright.
Who
I mean,
stole the amulet.
That,
And he had a map which we picked up, which I don't know if we don't know if he's memorized it or not. He's heading west to try and probably snag one of the other ones.
He's sick of hearing you talk, and
Yeah, well-
you need to roll me a will save.
I was gonna say.
Not a very patient dude, is he?
Wow.
Who's got the best will save out of us?
Not me.
I've got +7.
I've got
Yeah.
nothing.
Okay, so Ralgil, you are no longer in control of you. And in fact, what happens next is, hold on just a second.
Wait, when the goggles provide a small bonus against gaze attacks, or no? Actually,
Yes, but that is a small bonus.
The goggles do nothing.
That is not a plus 10 bonus. So what happens next is you take out your wakizashi and you attempt to and successfully stab Nava.
Wait, why me? What?
Unless you can think of somebody else who'd be more likely to be standing next to Ralgil.
Probably me, but
But yeah, so you get critted.
why the frick does the crit have to?
It's literally a min damage crit though.
Alright, so how much damage?
So
do I
you take
Uh,
3 damage from being stabbed.
Thankfully, the guy probably doesn't know I can sneak attack, so it's just a normal.
alright, everybody turn their backs.
Show me your backs. I have a magic trick.
He says, I've been tasked to guard the artifact you seek. You're not getting it. And he turns back around.
Maybe
So-
we should show him the sword. That seemed to convince Bickerton last time.
Please do.
All right, so you
Yeah.
you pull out the sword immediately. Just like, no, wait,
yeah.
wait, check this out. So when you do pull
Hold
out the
up.
sword,
Sword. Yep.
when you pull it out, his eyebrow perks up. He says, "Hold on a minute." And then Ralgil, you're suddenly in control of yourself again.
I'm sorry, Nava. I don't know what came over me.
I don't answer.
Don't look into
Uh,
Leon's eyes. He is doing stupid vampire shit.
What's your combat maneuver defense?
Mine?
Yes.
It is something. 16.
16? All right. How close to the bars are you standing?
Decently close.
Okay. So he reaches out and successfully snatches it from your hand, the sword,
Oh,
and he
Well,
starts investigating it. And
So he
Sure enough,
grabs
he-
it by the blade, or?
yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. He's a vampire.
Yeah, makes
He,
sense.
he just grabs it from you, and then he starts looking at it over. Says, "Where did you get this?"
It was a parting gift from my previous master, Master Rohan. If you, I don't believe you have heard the name because Bakerton hadn't. And
That's true.
I don't know where he got it from, but somehow it ended up in his hands, and now it's in my hands. That's all I know.
I haven't seen this sword since I was put in this jail in the first place. It's most interesting. That means that this town, I had the sword on me when I was arrested. That means the town, at some point, sold it, and it ended up in your hands.
Mhm.
And now you're
what
seeking
a
the
coincidence.
artifact. Specifically, you're seeking the one that I've been tasked to guard.
Well, actually,
we-
all of
we
them
know-
you just were of the way.
I was. How many of these have you collected? So, probably none,
None.
since I don't see
None,
the sword
yeah.
glowing.
But
We
we
were
know
so
there.
close.
We know there are 5. There's the amulet which was stolen.
You don't need to tell him. He knows.
Yeah.
I am well aware of these.
Yeah.
Just for the record, I turned my back to him.
How did you find out
Vampire
about
mind
these?
tricks. What
About
did he
what?
say?
Bacon told us.
Bakerton told.
Yes.
We encountered
Bakerton's
him
been
in his
dead
crypt.
for.
He
Like we
apparently
said, someone stole his amulet, so he woke up.
Oh
Just
no.
didn't really stop him, apparently.
Oh, I'm starting to piece this together. I need you guys to. I need somebody to roll me a diplomacy check.
I'll do it.
Will do.
Well, who has the highest diplomacy?
Probably not me.
I think Don was doing like the most talking here. So,
Alright.
yeah, okay. He's like, okay, I see. I'm sorry. I thought. I didn't expect this day to actually come. Here, you can have your sword back. Hands it through the bars.
Yeah, I can't blame him for
Thanks.
thinking that we were trying to collect the items for our own gain or whatever.
I do wish Bakerton would have sent you with a note of some sort at least.
there.
The note
I-
would
there
probably
wasn't-
be edible and then delicious.
Quite so. That man was very talented in this. But if he's
His
awake,
entire crypt was made out of delicious stuff.
Whatever will come
that
up.
sounds
turned
about
into-
right.
Yeah.
Cause the Candyman can.
The
So-
Candyman can.
You're trying to collect these artifacts before whoever stole the amulet died. Is that what I can gather?
Correct.
Yes.
And then Bakerton sent you to come find me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
On the course for the other amulets, of course.
Mm-hmm. We think we're not sure how far the how much the wizard remembered this. We almost caught him in the sewers at dry, but he lost his parrot, and apparently parrot familiar, and apparently left his backpack containing all his notes and such there, which we found. We're not
What
He
does
even
he
left
look
his
like?
spell book that is most peculiar of a mage.
Would you mind if I saw it?
I
guess.
I'm not sure if I can trust you still, considering you
It
tried
can help me
mind
to
control
understand
me.
what I should be keeping an eye out for.
He's a wizard who looks particularly similar to a pirate. Clothing, beard, parrot. Well, not the parrot anymore. All that stuff.
Huh. Interesting.
He also appears to be of quite some power, considering he has had quite a large collection of spells in his book.
What is
We
he?
might as well-
An elf of some sort?
Human.
No,
You appear to be
human.
Human. Oh, this is rich. Humans always try to do so much in their short time.
Again, most of his did Nava or whatever share what they figured out what the spells were, whatever originally. Tell us what the spells names were when they read the spell book, or
Oh
not.
yeah, I'm assuming that Nava shared what the spells
Yeah,
and the spell books were.
again, a lot of the spells in the spell book are ones dealing with death, summoning, you know.
Oh, so
That sort of
we have a
stuff.
necromancer on our head.
He's got
Quite
yeah.
possibly.
That might
Ghoul
actually
army.
be trouble for me. He probably has a few spells at least that can handle a wide range of undead. If that is the case,
Yeah. I do show him the map, which if I have it on me, presumably, I think. Show him the map, saying this is the map we found where we were when we found in his backpack. We're not sure how much he memorized, but he was headed west from
Well, he's going to Alundra,
Daventry.
probably.
Yeah.
okay, yes, that'll make sense. Those are all the last known locations. It's interesting that I might still be heading toward Alondris, of course, since Alondris was destroyed not too long ago. Even inside my cell, I still get some news, and that was certainly pretty big.
Leon, if you don't mind me asking, at the extreme west, it's written soon. Do you know what that could refer to?
I have no idea. But that's not related to any sort of the artifacts.
Okay.
That seems to be related to whatever this wizard, whatever his intentions or plans might be.
Maybe there's some sort of event that only happens like every century or something, and he has to get all the amulets to that place at that moment. The usual stuff.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Whoa.
All I know is that if all of these artifacts are together, then that's... Bickerton was a bit of a klutz with magic. He was powerful, but not somebody I would trust with keeping anybody safe.
That's why we went here first. So even if the guy would find the items at the Londras and from the golem and all that, he wouldn't at least get the pouch.
I have a question regarding this whole thing. So we know that you and Bakerton hung out. Anyone else that were part of your crew that might be useful to know about?
Well, probably the most useful people would be the other members of our the other
PK
guardians, if you will. So there was myself and Bakerton hung out quite a bit. Yes, he made absolutely delightful pies. Those were some of my favorites. You see his face kind of brighten up as he starts reminiscing. There's also Farron's. He was a gnome who he and Bakerton used to spend hours up late into the night sharing spells and coming up with ideas for ways to manipulate the fabric of the universe to their whims.
We heard he might be immortal by now.
That was always his goal. Last I heard, so that was last before I was put into jail. I haven't heard anything since. Before I was jailed, as far as I knew, he was still alive. And then there was Sunitri. Sunitri was absolutely gorgeous, but she did change about every 100 years or so since she was a samsara and kind of go through that whole cycle of rebirth thing. She was a bit different each time, but she always had that streak of loyalty within her. She was somebody who I could have a lot of respect for. And then Doc, Doc was the last one. I don't know much about Doc. Just somebody who Bakerton said that he could trust.
That might be the golem.
Yeah, shooting question in the dark. Was he interested in golemnetry?
I know that Bakerton studied constructs a bit, but Doc was not a creation of his own at all. In fact, I think his run-in with Doc is what initially made him interested in it. But he never got too far into his studies in that regard.
Fair enough.
But yeah, again, we're at least just trying to make sure it doesn't have one of the items return it to Bakerton. Bakerton himself admitted to us that he wasn't the best with putting safeguards on his items.
Oh no, not at all. I know that some of his quick bake ovens, as he put them, tended to explode. He was not terribly good at having safeguards on things. However, the one that was given to Farron's, the oven of instant baking, as he declared it so gloriously, that one was much more stable, but it did have, of course, the large exploitable hole, which is the problem that we have here in the first place.
That they can change the universe, yeah.
Yes. It's mostly destruction. It would be a wizard would be hard pressed to create anything but destruction and baked goods with all of the artifacts combined.
Uh-huh.
This is no laughing matter. I'm telling you, this could destroy entire villages, entire cities, even.
Uh-huh. That's why we're trying to get ahead of him and that the wizard who stole Bakerton's amulet.
Well,
We actually only learned that Bakerton had awoken because apparently Priestess went to investigate and Bakerton snatched her for a few hours, trying to figure out if she'd stolen his amulet or not. He let her go when we arrived and he realized that she wasn't involved.
well, Bickerton was always quick to judge, but what I can tell you is the reason that you're here, the artifact itself, the pouch of many ingredient, that one is currently still up in my castle. My castle has probably been safe from looters for quite some time due to the various extensive traps that I've laid throughout the place. They're all based on detecting life, so I could pass through just fine as an undead myself. But if you four are planning to go up there, you're going to need to be careful. Unfortunately, it's been over 100 years since I've been up there, so it might be a little difficult for me to actually give you any useful information.
Out of character, does Vermi count as living?
I'm wondering that myself.
I think you both count as living and not living. We
Yeah.
can check the details on that. But I'm not 100% on that, simply because you're not only a Dhampir, but you're a specific variant of Dhampir.
Yeah. And with
So
feet, life dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so you
probably
got a whole bunch
below.
of shit going on, making that question kind of hard.
Yeah.
I'm going to say you both detect as undead and living, until
Okay.
we actually look that up later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the traps would react.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So before, it was mostly to deter vampire hunters in the past. Most of the village certainly didn't mind my presence before I was imprisoned in the first place.
Why are you
Why-
imprisoned? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, that is a very good question.
And what are these bars made of? They're obviously not normal.
Oh, these are adamantium.
Huh, fancy.
It's pretty much the only metal I can't just break my way out of. In fact, the walls and floor and ceiling are also lined with adamantium as well. Keep me in. I know that they had to pay quite a bit in order to make this gel cell for me.
I can't imagine.
Adamantium is no cheap material. So, I was imprisoned. I got a little carried away one night. I ended up killing a large percentage of the village, which is something I am not proud of. I'd rather not relive that night, but I was given a life sentence. Here I am.
A life
sentence for a
sentence for
vampire
a
is kind of
non-living
hilarious.
person.
I'm aware of the irony of someone such as myself being given a life sentence, but that doesn't change the fact that I do need to pay for my transgressions.
Well, I can respect that.
So I gave myself up with very little difficulty when they requested my arrest. So, do you have any other questions for me?
No, it's probably a good thing that I'm somewhat decent at spotting traps and pretty good at disabling them.
Oh
I
yeah.
have a
Any
question.
more details on where exactly in the castle the pouch might be?
Oh, you're asking me to remember something from over 100 years ago.
I wouldn't blame you if you forgot.
It's probably in my tower workshop, in the very peak of the castle, but I can't be sure. I moved around I put it in a small safe, and I've moved that around quite a bit. So
Well, if it's not there, then we wouldn't have lost any time anyway. So
and sort of just moved around like the rest of my furniture for the most part. Slightly more care.
Mhm.
Do you care in what state your mansion remains?
I'm
oh dear.
never.
No, no.
Dad, be
I'm-
quiet. We'll try and disable the traps.
But like, if shove comes to word, if something happens,
You see a big smirk come across his face, and he says, look, I've been in this jail for over 100 years. Even if I do manage to get out for good behavior at some point, it's probably not back to my castle that I will go. Especially not if you're going to be taking the one reason that I would have left to protect the castle.
that's what I thought you would answer. Just didn't want to take any risk.
Just simply don't be wary. I don't want you destroying it completely, for much of the rubble might fall on the village below, and I care a lot about these villages.
Mhm.
I'm just talking about a worst case scenario, but I'm just glad to have that confirmed. Anything else? Anyone else?
No, we might as well head up there then. Sooner we get this done with, the sooner we can
Thank
leave.
you.
But yeah, thank you.
Anything else
It's very
you want us to bring down from your mansion to you?
Well, I could use some more books. It's rather boring in here.
We'll see what we can do.
You can actually see a pile of well-read books in the corner.
We'll see what we can do. Yeah.
I can
well-
imagine it getting a bit boring stuck in a room for over a century.
It's given me plenty of time to practice my magical craft, but even then, I'm no wizard like Bakerton or even Farron were. So
Mhm.
it does get a bit dull.
Uh-huh.
Well, thank you so much for being so
Yeah.
amicable with all this.
I do apologize for having your friend stab you, but as you understand, I was given the quest to guard that by a very dear friend, and I'd hate to go against his wishes and allow it to be just picked up by some random passersby.
No,
Uh-huh.
I get it, and I mean, like, it's okay. The kobold is weak, so it was barely a scratch.
It was kind of radical, but I can't really blame him for that.
Well then, I wish you for the best of luck. I can't promise that my mansion will be easy to traverse, but I can promise that the artifact is almost definitely still.
Mhm. Okay.
Well, we'll know when you find it.
Good luck.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
So let's head up to that mansion then, or to the castle.
Do we have a 10-foot pole?
Do you
So-
actually,
well,
Religical, do you still have that 10-foot pole that you bought at the shop back in Daventry?
Actually, no. The trap's are triggered by life being, so we need to strap a rat or something to the pole.
Yeah. Alive.
I mean-
It's
rat.
like a living rat on
I
the end of
mean-
the pole.
I have 6 shots of summon monsters, which include living things.
Oh god, you're just gonna be sending fuzzy little rabbits to their death.
I mean, they're not real animals.
I'm not going to get into the ethics of intentionally sending summoned creatures to their death right now.
I just don't know, like, what are they? Like, if they count as alive, but they're not real animals, look, I'll find a way to make it back for them some point. But I'm just saying, it's a tool we have.
Let I'm glad Horikawa is not here, or
Well, gang, I've got some bad news for you then, which is that I haven't finished making the castle. So you guys are gonna need to go through their next session.
This is a totally natural ending point.
Very
Yeah,
natural.
no, I think it works. I actually expect you guys to spend a lot more time in Daventry today. But yeah, no, you guys were totally cool for just let's skadoodle. So, yeah, so I'll send out another survey.
I'm curious to know what you thought we would still be doing in Daventry.
Look, man, if you've DM'd a few times, you know that players can do lots of crazy stuff that you don't expect. I didn't expect you guys to go as roundabout as you did when you were in Daventry. Like, I didn't expect you guys to be tracking down.
If you were less lucky with the diplomacy checks, you might have had to fight the guards on the way out and all that stuff.
Yeah, like, and there was a lot of variables also with the with the thieves of the bridge, which is one of those encounters I like to bring at pretty much all my parties because there's a wide range of options.
So everyone basically does something different. Turns out.
Yeah. Like one time I actually had there was actually a cop in one of my parties, and he actually threatened to put them under arrest after he realized they actually rolled a perception check to find out that it wasn't real dynamite, and then they put the guys under arrest. Some of them fought, but after a while they gave up, and he actually successfully arrested his first people in that campaign. He was real excited about it. But yeah, there's a bajillion different ways to resolve that, and it's always fun to see how a party handles it.
how odd was push him into the water with
That's actually really clever. I like that a lot. I'd never even considered that. Not gonna
I
lie.
like it as well because it worked.
Yeah, no, it worked beautifully. I'm actually really proud of you guys for coming. So yeah, I'm gonna put together another one of those session surveys again. Send that out. I had a good time today, and
Yeah.
I will have
Likewise.
a full trap-filled castle for you guys next time.
So everyone's cool for the 22nd.
I'm going to wonder how Horikawa is going to join up the castle.
I mean,
Just
Horikawa can just be
parachuting.
following you guys, basically. I'm not too worried about that.
Stalker.
Just at the start session, she parachutes and hey guys, how's it going?
We need air support.
No, she's waiting at the castle. Hey, where have you been? Come on!